broadcast of BFL Game Day is proudly sponsored by Western Screens, Blinds and Awnings, 35A Griffith Street, Bacchus Marsh. Phone 5370 1478.
Very good afternoon, one and all. Welcome to the Clark Oval for this round 13 fixture. It's Darley on the road to Sunbury. Of course, Sunbury in 10th place with just the 2 wins, but of their 9 losses this year, 6 of them have been by 20 points or less. Of course, they did lead the Devils at Darley Park by 20 points midway through that third term. Jake Ankrum joins us this afternoon, and you're a part of that comeback win. So the Devils will be up against it today away from home.
Yeah, it will be, mate. Getting out of Clark Oval, she's pretty wide, and it's not the biggest trip, but it's always a trip away from Darley, that's for sure. So, hopefully the boys go all right and get the W.
Breezy conditions favouring the town end, probably a 4-goal breeze.
Yeah, I'd say so, mate. Yeah, just looking at a couple of other games, I think there was two's just got done by a fair bit, but it would be about a 4 or 5 goal breeze, I'd assume. Yeah.
Yeah, a couple of big ins for both sides this afternoon. Of course. Myers comes in. Billy Myers, a former Darley junior, spent most of his senior footy at Williamstown, and he has had a handful of games in the seniors over the junior, and expect him to feature prominently this afternoon, Jake.
Yeah, he will, mate. I played a lot of juniors with Bill from the 12s up, and he's just a great player, great bloke, so it's good to have him back, for sure.
And just looking at, so both sides on the ground at the moment, just having a look up at the makeup of the two sides, see Myers with the defensive group, so I'm anticipating a role in defence for him today.
Yeah, I think he will be playing half back, something like that. He's got good leg speed, so it'd be good to see him play.
Yeah, no Duncan Cadman today, still overseas, and of course former captain and deal best and fairest. Speak of Shane Page, he goes overseas next week and is going to miss 3 games.
3 games. Best of luck to him though, getting over Europe summer. Wouldn't be too bad getting away from the cold, mate, that's for sure.
Well, he's lucky he's not captain of the side, because they're planning for the trip. Do you not know the footy season goes through all that?
He's been an absolute stalwart for the Devils, mate, so I think with a couple of grand finals under his belt as captain, he can do what he wants there, so yeah.
And of course we'll be hoping that Billy Myers features prominently today. You've got him in the best player ticket, Jake.
I do have him in the ticket, so hopefully they'll clean up there, mate. It'd be good.
But unfortunately we don't impact the voting, so we can't get any bias for you there. Hey, there's some ripper games going on around the Ballarat League this afternoon. Melbourne South host Bacchus Marsh. North Ballarat host Melton at Mars Stadium, and there's a 5-goal breeze that's been made aware of Sebas v East, so a bit similar to the conditions that are in front of us here. While there's no expectation of any rain about, the sun is streaming down, but a breezy afternoon ahead of us. Ballarat host Redan. We'll get a tip from you, Jake, in those 4 games.
So who we got? Where are we, mate?
We've got Melton South home to Bacchus Marsh.
Bacchus Marsh get up there, I think.
North Ballarat Melton,
I'd assume get up there, yep.
Sebastopol East.
Sebas East, that'll be a good game actually. I reckon Sebas will get up in that one, yeah.
Luke Keel back into the side today, hasn't played since the round 1 loss to the Devils, and that really kick-started. That was a really important win for Darley off a winless 21, and it really has sort of paved the way for what's been a pretty good year on the redemption front, to use a word. Jake, you're a part of that win up against Sebas, and that win's going to prove even more valuable come the business end. It might even get the Devils into the finals.
Yeah, definitely. I think that was a really good way to start the year, mate. Beating Sebas there, hadn't won a game last year, so yeah, that was a real good win. I think we've been up and down. It's a young team, so it'll be good to see how the boys go today, mate, against Sunbury, who were looking all right. So yeah.
So Duncan Cameron expect to miss again next week. That'll be the third game of his 3-week trip overseas done and dusted. So no Page, no Duncan Cadman next week against Redan, and you would imagine that Billy Myers would go back to Williamstown. So an all-important game here. It was a cracker at the corresponding fixture at Darley Park earlier in the year, and we are expecting something similar today. We'll get a margin from you. I know you're going to go with the Devils, Jake, but we'll see how you go with the margin.
Oh, I'm going to have to take the Devils by, I'd say, 30 points, mate.
Oh, confident.
Very confident.
All right, we're just about to get play underway here in this opening term. Darley will kick to the town end with the breeze in the opening term. We'll keep you updated with scores around the region this afternoon, and big welcome to our viewers via the Clutch app, getting the vision and the audio today. And the prehistoric siren sounds to get play underway here at Clark Oval. Tanner and Eels to do the ruck work. We'll give that tap to Eels. Ball's at ground level. Toming in and under. So to Bewley. Ball at ground level. Ross just fires the footy out. Umpires picked out a free kick. It's going to go against Dylan Lant. And it's going to go to Tome in a classic accumulating mid-Jake. He gets plenty of it.
Oh, mate, yeah, he does. He uses it very well, and he's just so athletic. So, yeah, very, very good player.
Right foot kick into the breeze towards half forward. Werner the target. Couldn't take the mark. Azzopardi over the footy. Couldn't gather. Cousins did. Gave it to Baker, who missed Azzopardi by hand. On Social Club side centre wing, the umpires picked out a free kick here for over the shoulder. So a little gingerly Lant getting to his feet. So one free for, one free against for the Essendon VFL affiliate. So he plays on, lopes away by the left. A big high, up and under left foot kick goes inside 50. It's a shallow entry. Waiting in the back there was right into the side today. Bewley tackled, bailed up, ball at ground level. Spiteri in and under. Deep in Darley's forward line as Minton Connell tries to break the tackle. He just didn't quite in the end, but managed to get a hand pass free to Tome. And back to Minton Connell. Grubbery territory gain kick. Got about 30 metres for his side. Gathered by Azzopardi, who got it towards Ward. Over towards Lant. Left foot kick inside 50. Lever the spoil. Bewley over the top. Deep into attack here at the moment. The Devils, they want to capitalise with the breeze. Bewley caught over the football. The umpire calls play on. Put whistle in mouth, and now he decides to blow it, and there'll be a ball up. So most of the opening minutes played in the Devils' half, but no score as yet. They'll be wanting to hit it early, Jake, the Devils.
Yeah, we want to be hitting it pretty early, mate. Looking not too bad.
There's
a bit of a start. So.
Ball up right into the ruck, won that tap. Looks like he's going to assume the ruck duties forward. Minton Connell with a third touch early. Got it over towards Miller, who got it to Wood. Penetrating kick towards half-back. They're not out of trouble yet, though. And the mark's been taken there by Myers. Read it beautifully. An important early touch. Runs his measure. Lowers the eyes. Might have been smothered off the kick. Made it difficult for Bewley. He's bailed up by two Sunbury opponents before the ball spills free over the line for a boundary throw-in. 50 metres around from the Darley goal. So Darren Leonard with the job on Sutton.
I was just going to say, mate, it's good to have Dazzy back in this team. He's a great leader and great all-round bloke at the club, so good to have the big horse back.
Boundary throwing. Devils, 55 metres out from their goal. Turner won the tap. Chance at ground level for Baker. Just threw it onto the boot. Penetrating kick to the top of the square. Runner in front. Couldn't quite take the chest mark. Here come the reinforcements. So speak of the Sunbury defence. And they usher the ball off the last line beyond the defensive 50. And running back taking a mark on the chest there was Miller. Speak of Riley Miller for Sunbury. Just trying to work out what the umpire is adjudicating there. Maybe he's juggled it over the line.
Yeah.
So denied the mark, and there'll be a boundary throw-in. Near identical to the previous 60 metres around from the Darley goal. There's the throw-in. Eels in front, won the tap, just knocked it to his feet. Bewley through traffic, quick hands. Excellent gather above the shoelaces there by Baker. Fired the hand pass out, missed the target. Right in front of the Darley coach's box before it's spewed over the line for a boundary throw-in. So, healthy rivalry between these two clubs. Plenty in attendance today, Jake.
Yeah, it's plenty good. A few here, mate. So no, it's good, and the weather's holding off as well. So that's always a good thing.
Eels won the tap. Hot footy at ground level. Lant dropped it like a hot spot, but the umpire let it go. Hung on in the tackle. Lamp wanted to be holding the man free, but denied. The umpire will ball it up 60 metres out from the Darley goal. So they kick with it's a swirly four-goal breeze in this opening term. Tap won by Eels at ground level. Lant gathered, taken to the ground. The umpire says, I'll have it, and there'll be a ball up.
Mace Cousins there, he's just got the tips done, the blonde tips. He's looking all right. Pretty happy with himself, I think.
Moving to half forward. Rolling the dice, though, you'd think, though, because he hasn't a man on him. Yeah. Ball spills to the outer side, centre wing. Page is tackled, taken to the ground. Umpire calls play on. Bit of a stacks on the mill, rugby scrum of sorts. Before the umpire blows the whistle and will effect a ball up. Grandstand side, centre wing. Attacking side of it for Sunbury. Still no score in the opening few minutes. Tap one by Tanner. Shark there by Toman. Hack kick misread beautifully off the boot. The mark's been taken there by Myers. Got Cousins out on broadcast side. Any chance bringing him over this way? That'd be nice, but a penetrating kick. Nice exponent of the drop putt. Went looking there towards Cadman, who's was Angwin, in fact, who's infringed. Giving away a free kick. And it'll be Lever with ball in hand. So, former Coburg VFL player goes short, finds Toman, who's had a couple early. Looks to switch the play. Concedes ground. But it's okay. Mark's been taken there by Werner on half forward. Lowers the eyes. It's okay. Just floats it in front of Wright. Speaking of Willie Wright. Lazy left foot kick out in front of Minton Connell, though. He's got space. Can take a bounce and another if he chooses. He's got power to his right to go by hand, but he likes to go by foot. To the attacking 50 for Sunbury. Tanner pushed his man in the back of Speak of Eels. Egan wanted a free kick. Umpire let it go. Lant find out the hand pass towards Ward. Young was collected by Sutton when he didn't have it. The umpire called play on. Sutton's follow-up work was terrific, but he's tackled and taken to the ground. The umpire says, I'll have it. And there'll be a ball up on half forward for Sunbury. So the home side hanging in against the breeze in the opening minutes, Jay.
Yeah, definitely, mate, definitely. It's going to be choppy with that breeze, that's for sure.
No score either side at the moment. Tap one by Eels, only as far as Power. He got it to Toman. Been good early. Right foot kick goes out in the direction of Billy O. It went over his head. And the Devils will do the mopping up through Lahure. That's good running with the footy there by the Devils, but Ward got an errant hand pass, made it look better than what it was. And they do the mopping up and get out of trouble. Penetrating kick gets towards centre wing before it bounces end on in over the line for a boundary throw-in. So, not a caller's dream at the moment, Jake. Every bit of the play being played on the grandstand side in front of all the supporters.
Mate, you've got better eyes than me, that's for sure. I don't know who can see all the way over there.
Boundary throw-in, centre wing, no score yet. As we entertain the boundary umpire just in front of us here in the broadcast position. Tap one by Eels. Ball goes to ground. Chance here for Bramble. He's tackled, taken to the ground. That was good pressure there from Ward. Umpire let it go. Toman ended up with ball in hand before he's bailed up by Bewley. Of course, no Jack Bewley today, so every time you hear the name Bewley, it will be Brett, of course. Tap one by Tanner. Goes goal side with the tap, but only as far as Bramble before the ball goes towards centre wing. Short kick there by New, it's okay. So they're off here, Sunbury, onto the right boot. Well, they ummed and ahed and then went by hand to the end of Bramble, who wanted to be quick. Drew Bewley, so they ran to half forward here. They combined by hand. Finally gets to Minton Connolly, runs to 40, can have a shot on goal. Penetrating kick, gets the distance and the accuracy. It opens up the scoring here at Clark Oval into the breeze. And just what the Sunbury Lions were after there, 1 goal straight 6. They lead Darley, no score. So honours with Sunbury early. Yeah,
no, it's they just worked it through pretty well there, mate. They did work it very well, and nice little finish there too.
Yeah, Minton Connell, a good player off half back. He was Sunbury's best at their meeting earlier in the year, and of course the Devils overcame a 20-point deficit midway through that third term to win by 4 points. But first fight to Sunbury here at the Clark Oval, endeavouring to get their third win of the season, despite their 9 losses, as Britain at 6 of those have come by 20 or less. So being very competitive with a percentage of 90. Baker with the clearance on the non-preferred. Tumbling right foot kick. Excellent gather by the youngster there in right. Kick across the body. It's a beauty. And Wright gets the response. And they scores are now level a goal apiece. Excellent gather for a big man and kick on the non-preferred there from the young gun.
He read it very well there. He's been playing very well up at the Rebels, Brady Wright. I think a few weeks back kicked 6. So he's going a heap better than his old man, Grant. So that's it's always a good thing.
Not sure Grant would have been able to thread that across the body on the left.
He's too big G rider.
So scores level here. So after a stalemate of sorts in the opening 7 or 8 minutes, Baker with the clearance, and the gather from right was terrific, and the finish even better to square the ledger here at the Clark Oval. So plenty of anticipation around the ground this afternoon, both sides giving themselves a good chance. Ball at ground level, bailed up there was Baker, taken to the ground.
He's been playing very well, Ruth. The last couple of games he's been playing very well, Luther Baker.
So Guthrie in the middle of the ground there with that ordinary haircut, similar to his brothers. Now Bewley went to the voice of Baker. Again was a good gather. Gave it back to Bewley. Loped towards half forward. Went over the top to Young. Drew the play to Cadman. To Bewley now from 60 across the body to the top of the square. Right at the target. He's got it.
Very good bit of play there from the boys. Using their overlap hands there, and good kick from Brett there.
Well, you know when Baker's on, when he's clean below his knees, you can have some tunnel ball games, but he's had 3 excellent gathers at ground ball, and just some good combo of handball to Brett Bewley to Cadman, back to Bewley, and that squaring kick, and the 2 big guns combined, allowing Rodder a shot on goal. So leans back on the kick, makes no mistake. Back-to-back goals for the Devils, and the big guns combined to give the Devils the advantage. 2 goals straight, Darley leads Sunbury 1 goal. So nice response from the Devils the last couple of minutes.
Yeah, it's good to see the big man, mate, clunk a few early ones. He had the broken nose last week. Nick Rodder got broken nose and was off for the last bit of the 4th. Actually got it re-straightened Thursday night. So it's looking a bit better than it did on Saturday, that's for sure. Old Beak.
So to be feeling a bit fresh still,
I reckon so, yeah.
And just with that breeze, that'd almost be enough to be irritable. We'll just see if there's some update scores from around the grounds. Good start from North Ballarat. They're 2-1-13. Melton a 1 goal straight 6. Redan 12, lead Ballarat 12, lead Redan no score. And no update scores from other grounds at the moment. Was Melton South not too fond of updating that play HQ. They often let us down at the Melton Rec Reserve, and there's a player of the future in front of us there, Jake, young Edwards.
Young Edwards, young Travis' son. That's he will be, mate. Good to see the juniors always running the water and all that kind of stuff. So good to get him involved.
Back-to-back goals through right and Rodder forward for the Devils. The response to the Minton Connell opener. There's the ball up, back in the middle of the ground. Tanner won that duel. Ball spilled free to a chance to Young. Baker ran forward, gathered, tumbling, awkward kick. It's going to be tough. Angwin went to spoil. Then Wright sort of bit off more than he could chew there. Missed the hand ball, and allowed the reinforcements to speak of the Sunbury defence through Wright, his opposing namesake, to square away a stoppage here. So there's a ball up. Be a repeat stoppage here, some 30 metres away from the Darley goal. So we've been playing about 12 minutes in this opening term. Darley 2 goals, leads Sunbury 1. So the Devils have got numbers back here. Page was infringed there. The umpire didn't pay the free kick. Chance here for Power. He got it to Newitt, gave it to Guthrie, to Toman. 4 handballs in a row, good to Ross. Opened the vision, went towards centre wing, but it was well read there by Azzopardi. Had a good year, Azzopardi. Speaking of Andy, the kick's good, doesn't let him down. Or the commentator. Kicks low to half forward. Cadman below the knees. Went to ground. And then his kick was skewed. Ball kick, turnover, opportunity here for Sunbury through Toman, who got it to Minton Connell. He can run now. Centre wing, throws the ball onto the boot. Devils have got numbers back. They just need to be clean here. Brennan nearly infringed, but the umpire let it go. Let a couple go today. 55 metres out from the Sunbury goal. Whistle imminent. Oh, he's picked out a free kick here, and it's going to go the way of Sunbury.
Tony, what happened there? I didn't even see that. It was in the back, was it?
No, it was holding the ball somehow. Newitt gave it to the running Minton Connell, who kicked the ball to the top of the square. Sutton at the back went the spoil, the unselfish. Chance here for Cousins to Leonard. Not out of trouble yet. Ball spills free here. Chance for Azzopardi. Want to be good. Winning board by hand. Paul won at that. Out and open the door for Minton Connell. Gave the ball back towards Power. They concede ground. Chance here for Egan. Onto the left boot. He got the carry, touched on the goal line, forced through almost for a rush behind, and then Myers gathered it and just threw the ball onto the boot. Gained about 60 metres for his side, if you don't mind. Just got it inside the centre square. Hurried kick there from Cadman. Got it into the middle of the ground here. But they're accountable here. The Lions have been good. Power on half forward. Sets it up towards Brennan. Excellent ball there from Leonard. Got it to Young. Blind turner out of the tackle was terrific from Bewley. Gave it to the voice of Land, who kept running on the non-preferred. Decided to go by hand in the end to Johnson. Can kick the ball forward of Angwin here if he can spot him. He lowers the eyes. That's a beautiful kick. Angwin can run onto this. The big fella couldn't stretch below the knees to gather the ball, and somebody will get out of trouble. And Eel sort of dropped what he should have taken. And then the follow-up tackle was terrific from Johnson. Ball goes to ground. The umpire says, I'll have it. And there'll be a ball up 60 metres away from the Darley goal. So for all of Angwin's running forward, he just did everything right, but just couldn't clunk the mark.
Yeah, no, it was a good little bit of play there.
Tap, won by Eels to Guthrie. They had plenty of use by hand today into the breeze as Power gave it back to Guthrie and ended up in the hands of Ross, who went by foot, just couldn't get it over the head of Cousins, who just stuck in the middle of the ground like super glue, if you don't mind. Ball spills free chance for Baker. Now Power got it to Guthrie. High up and under kick to half forward. Brennan was going back with courage there. Umpires picked out a free kick. It's going to go against Lahoure. It's going to go the Lions' way. They kick to the advantage of Brennan. Lennon pushing back. Could have been held without it. The umpires spotted that one. And the Devils on the last line of defence will get out of trouble. And it wouldn't be the first time over the journey that we've said that through Darren Leonard.
Yeah, mate, just like I said before, just an absolute leader at the club and does a great job.
Plays on, gives it to Myers. Normally good by foot. Tough today with the breeze. Gained about 40-odd metres. That's holding the ball every day of the week. The umpire ignored it. Bailey Young squaring kick went searching there towards Brody Ward, who got it to Page, who got it to Baker. Left foot kick cut off there by Tome. A disappointing squaring kick. 45. Defensive to Minton Connor was good. Switches play and they can steady here Sunbury. They got ball in hand. They shouldn't be in a hurry to give it back. There's Wood marks in the middle of the ground. So Wood with ball in hand. Handy small defender. Can weigh up the options. And he'll elect to go towards centre wing. Kick's okay. Mark's been taken there by Werner. On true centre wing. Social Club side of the ground. Blustery conditions here at the Clark Oval. Darley lead by 6 points. Excellent use of the body on Ward there by the youngster in Egan. So he plays on. Onto that preferred left. Kick went looking there towards Power. Page had 2 to beat. Numbers prevailed through Guthrie. Elusive was good. So too were the eyes. Found Hannett. He can chip it over the top to Minton Connell, who's been busy early. Lowers the eyes, goes in the Sutton direction. At the back there was Myers. Ball spills into the hands of Bewley. So Myers and Bewley sharing the footy before the umpire says, I'll have it. There'll be a ball up 35 metres around from the Sunbury goal.
Sunbury working really really well off half back, chip it around, and they've got their tools they can find for a good mark. So yeah, they're working it pretty well off half back.
Yep, the use by hands been good too.
Yeah, very good. They've always got numbers.
So Sutton. Ball at ground level. How will they get out of trouble here, the Devils? They will through Page, who got it to Myers, got it to Baker, who was facing the Sunbury goal, so forced to kick over the shoulder, hopeful rather than anything else. Ball gets towards half-back. Bewley tackled, taken to the ground by Werner. That was a good defensive pressure there from the Lions. The umpires picked out a free kick, and it's going to go the way of Spiteri.
Spitteri's looking all right in the long sleeve. Must be a bit cold.
Found another long sleeve in Lawler. Defensive side of centre wing, broadcast side. Right foot kick went over the head of Cousins. Foot race on in earnest here. They're not short on leg speed either, Sunbury. So it's Cousins and Eels. So Eels did well together. Gave the hand pass over towards Lieber, who shimmied around Cousins, and execute was good. Found Ross, who kept running. Short kick was okay to Egan. He marked in front of Lahoure on half-back. So they've been good into the breeze. But they play on. That's good pressure there from the Devils, holding the ball every day of the week. Who's made a trip. So somebody getting the edge with the men in green early in this opening term. Kick to Guthrie, who marks unattended. Squaring kick, found Power. He's got Werner in front of us. Elects to go with the shorter option to Hannett. He's got good leg speed and a good kick. Lowers the eyes and the kick's okay. Bramble with ball in hand now. Brother of Lockie's at Hawthorn, and that resembled the silky skills of his brother. There's the squarey kick towards Power. He's off. Got ball to boot. Tumbling kicks had to land into the goal square before it's knocked through by Bailey Young through a rush behind. So a let off there for the Devils.
Well, once again, mate, Sunbury just slingshot it from half back, and yeah, they're looking really good, Sunbury, when they slingshot it and go fast from half back and overlap with their hands. So
ball comes back into play through Bewley. Penetrating kick into the middle of the ground. It's a good stretch from Lieber. Plays on by hand to Scanlon. They've got numbers again here, Sunbury. Chopping the Devils up through the corridor at the moment. Toman gave it towards Minton Connell. He went wide towards Sutton. Commitment on the football was good there from Myers. How's the second effort? Sutton was clever, lowered the eyes and gave it back to Minton Connell, who took a mark 45 metres out from goal.
yeah, looking all right, Sunbury, looking very good.
Minton Connell's brought his home footy today.
Yeah, it looks like it. Did he kick the first goal, did he? Or
Yep.
Yeah, all right, so he's going for goal number 2.
Yep, and heading for Sunbury's second goal of the afternoon. And will in fact give Sunbury the lead if he can convert here. So Minton Connell started well, had plenty of it. Probably had double-figure numbers this early. Set sail, and it's off to the right for a minor score. So a let-off there for the Devils.
Couple of little let-offs there early, which is always a good thing.
Well, Sunbury giving you every indication that you can score into the breeze today.
Definitely, it's not as strong as what we first thought.
And of course, in the reserve game, Sunbury 2 good, won by plenty, and they got the job done in the under-18s as well. Kicking out of defence from Myers was textbook. Found as a party, hitting laces out on the chest. He went with the right boot towards grandstand centre wing. Punch it at the back from Lever was good. Nearly found the boundary line. Guthrie leading into the race for the ball. Cooper Parsons-Jones with the pressure. Almost got it enough to put the pressure on the Egan kick. And there's a turnover, an opportunity here for the Devils to go short as the party had to gather on the half volley. He was elusive, went by hand to Lawler. Now this is an important disposal. Got it to Baker, and Ward did well. Good vision, lowered the eyes and found Young. He's got a paddock, so can sit up here for Young. He can put it out in front of Johnson if he likes. That's a terrific kick, and Johnson will mark on 50. I was told to play on by the umpire. Young ran to 35. Hands to Spiteri. Small forward. Shot on goal. Missed to the left.
Well, they worked it pretty good there, Darley, but Sputto just missing that goal. He could have hooked it a bit more, but well.
Ballarat 21 lead Redan, no score. North Ballarat 15 lead Melton 6.
There's nothing else.
And of course Sunbury 8. Sunbury 8, trail Darley 13.
How's the kick there from Young, Bailey Young there? Was it a leap just to Johnson?
Yeah, indeed it was, and Johnson just sort of went to go onto the left and he got caught out really, told to play on, and then it was all hard work after that. But Young kept running.
He did.
Got it to Spiteri, and he just didn't get the small forward job done. No. Just obviously missing Ankrum deep forward there, Jake.
Yeah, I reckon so.
Panby throwing.
Job done.
Eels in front, won that tap, was terrific actually, got it to Guthrie, who got it to Toman on the bounce, so negotiate through hand to Power, back to Guthrie, who went looking for the runner, would have been there at the high level. Oh, now you're in trouble, Miller, good tackle there from Cooper Parsons. Gook, combined by hand, the big fella, somehow ended up into the hands of Power, searching here, pass towards Guthrie, kept it just inside, got around Bewley, the chase from Cameron was good, forced the tumbling kick there from Guthrie towards the attacking 50, you can sit here for Egan, he could get onto his left, but it doesn't. Here come the troops. I speak of the Darley defence led by Shane Page. He's given away a free kick. Unbelievable. So, somebody ahead of the ledger with the men in green midway through this opening term here, and another shot on goal, and this will come by the youngster Jake Egan.
What's he on? About the 50 there? Say about the 50, just a bit in. Big kick.
Yep, and he's a likely type, this young bloke. Kick 5 against East Point when they just came up short at their last home game. So it'll be Egan, improving type. We'll have the confidence, and there you go. The old chewy on your boot thing. It's just gone skew F off the side of the boot, but they got numbers here, Sunbury. They have for the most part of the afternoon to date. Ball at ground level. Werner's one of those for Sunbury before the umpire blows the whistle, and he'll affect the ball up. So that breeze tough on the ball drop today too, Jaggy.
I reckon so. He just come off the left side of the boot and he sprayed it way left, nowhere near it.
Ball up. Tapped on by Eels through traffic goes Bewley. Got it towards half back. Clean bowled Lever and Angwin. Umpire's picked out a free kick. It's going to go against the Devils. It's going to go Sunbury's way and they'll get another one. High left foot kick short is okay. Just a mile away from us here. So onto the right boot. Inside 50. Brennan the target. Good spoil there from Leonard. Ball at ground level. Ward ushers the football over the line for a boundary throw in. Now 40 metres around from the Sunbury goal. So if you've just joined us, Darley 2-1-13. Got 2 goals in a minute. And Sunbury a 1 goal 2-8. Boundary throwing. Tap one by Myers. Found Ward before he was bailed up. And the umpire will effect the ball up 40 metres out from the Sunbury goal. So chilly day here, breezy day at Clark Oval. No rain. Quite dark though. Through traffic. Goes Mobilio. He's tackled, taken to the ground. Ball ends up in the hands of Bewley. Went by hand to Lawler. Missed the target by hand. Chance here for a turnover for the Sunbury Lions. Right foot kick from outside 50, smothered. That was good defensive pressure in their way here. Lant just got ball to boot. Got it towards Angwin. In front there was Lever. Clean bowled the two of them once again. Before the umpire will blow the whistle and square it away for another ball up. Jeez, it got dark here, Jackie.
It did, yeah. It's the sun was out. It was beautiful before, but she's just disappeared, sadly.
Yellow footy, you do the game wonders, I reckon. Lant to Bewley, went to the voice, back to Lant. They combined to Page. Right foot kick, gets plenty of it. Angwin pushes forward, couldn't quite take the mark, brought it to ground. His second effort tackle was terrific. Chance here for Spiteri, lowers the eyes, puts it out in front of Ronner, and he comes out, takes the mark. Must have been told to play on. Could have been a free kick there to Spiteri, but the umpire let it go, and they'll get out of trouble here to Ross, who marks on half back for the Lions. So I'm not sure what happened here. I thought a lot of mark
come off the hands of
it. Okay, so touch told to play on. So that switch kick from the Lions has been cut off there by Lant. Got around the would-be tackler, lowered the eyes, missed the target. So a chance here for Hannett to go short, went over the head of Lever. Chance here for the Devils. Might have caught one over the shoulder, but the umpires let it go.
Almost ripped his head off there, Toddy.
And there'll be a ball out 50 metres out from the Darley goal. So Darley 2-1, leads Sunbury 1-2. Darley kicking with the breeze in this second term, so opening term. Sunbury be happy with the way this game's progressing at the moment. So Lant plies the tackle, plays in from everywhere to effect another ball up. It'll be 51 metres away from the Darley goal, so they'll certainly be looking for another one at least, the Devils, Jake, ahead of the first break.
It'd be very nice, mate. It would be very nice.
But the big fella Eels just steals the ball out of the congestion and just went to the opening space and found Minton Connell. Had time to gather, then offloaded the football by hand. Chance here for Wright, or speak of Sunbury's right. Left foot kick towards centre wing. They're out here, Sunbury. Brennan gathered, gave it over towards Toman. They're good on the spread here. The ball gets towards half forward. Brennan runs to about 55. Sets the ball up and the mark's been taken there by Bygate. And he'll go back and have a shot on goal. So that was excellent running there from Sunbury, sort of negotiating the way from half back to forward.
The half back line, mate, looks pretty solid and quick.
It's actually Mobilio with ball in hand. So he kicked 3 against the Devils in their game earlier in the year and has a chance to hit the scoreboard again for the Lions. So Mobilio on the quarter time siren, if you don't mind. This will bring the roof down. If he can convert, he sets sail, he'll go off to the right, and no score, out of bounds on the full in the end.
The whole thing there, Toddy.
Just a representation of the difficult blustery conditions here at the Clark Oval. So at quarter time, it's Darley 2-1-13, who leads Sunbury 1 goal 2-8 in difficult conditions here at the Clark Oval. Plenty will be asked of the Devils in the second quarter, Jake.
Yeah, definitely, mate. It's just didn't really capitalise. We had it down there a bit, but didn't really capitalise on what we had. Least Pateri missing that crucial one there.
Well, we'll get a score from around the grounds. North Ballarat 16, lead Melton 7. Ballarat 22, lead Redan 7. We'll have a score in the Sebastopol East game and the Melton South Bacchus Marsh game when we return for the second quarter action in about 5 minutes' time.
Is it time to get out and clean the garage or maybe even spruce up the garden? If a skip bin is what you're after, give station sponsors Jess and Leanne Waste Solution a call. If filling up a skip bin isn't your go, Jess and Leanne can offer you a full service package where they can pick up your waste for you. Look them up on Facebook, Jess and Leanne's Waste Solution, where waste finds a solution.
Rustel Proprietary Limited, phone 0419 568 635. For all your site and construction needs, be they large or small, phone the top man, Graham Gillespie at Rustel to get your job done quickly and efficiently. Rustel Proprietary Limited, proud sponsor of Apple 98.5 FM.
I want you to inspire me, and I want to inspire you this football season with our high quality, locally grown meat. Hop online or give us a call on 5368 117 or come in store and we will deliver to you free of charge this football season. Proud sponsors of this station, our local butcher.
Mark Shelley, along with his team at Stockdale and Lego Bacchus Marsh, run a successful and results-driven agency who are experienced, customer-focused and knowledgeable, dedicated agents delivering outstanding results for their clients. For expert advice, please call station sponsor on 5367 5700 today. Stockdale and Lego, we are here for you. Proud sponsor of Apple 98.5 FM.
Your community on the radio. Apple 98.5 FM.
Rustel Proprietary Limited, phone 0419 568 635. Stop for quality and service for your side cut. Phone the top man Graham Gillespie at Rustel for prompt and expert service. Proud sponsor Apple 98.5 FM.
Stockdale and Lego means real estate because your success is our business. Take a look at our station sponsor website www.stockdaleandlego.com/Bacchus and like our Facebook page to keep up to date with new listings, open for inspections and rental availabilities. Stockdale and Lego, we are here for you. Proud sponsor of Apple 98.5 FM.
I want you to inspire me, and I want to inspire you this football season with our high quality, locally grown meat. Hop online or give us a call on 5368 117 or come in store and we will deliver to you free of charge this football season. Proud sponsors of this station, the local butcher.
Do you need a bobcat and tipper? Google search station sponsor Jess and Leanne's Waste Solutions. That's JESS and LIANES Waste Solutions. Or find them on Facebook, Jess and Leanne's Waste Solutions. Offer full waste removal. No job too big or too small. Jess and Leanne's Waste Solutions, where waste finds a solution.
Apple 98.5 FM, connecting you to your community.
Welcome back to Apple 98.5 FM's match of the round. It's Sunbury hosting Darley Park here at the Clark Oval. And Darley kicked with the aid of what we anticipate to be a 4-goal breeze and managed to score 2 goals, 13 to lead Sunbury 1 goal to 8. Jake Ankrum joining me this afternoon for the broadcast, Jake, and honours with Sunbury in that opening term.
Yeah, well, like we spoke about before, mate, the way they're slingshot it from half back, if they do it with the wind this quarter, you'd assume they'd be going all right, but Devils will stick fat, mate. Looking all right in patches, but yeah, we're looking good. All good.
Darley responded after that opening goal to Minton Connell, who's been terrific for the Lions, and goals to Brady Wright and Nick Rodder. They're the Darley goal scorers, and really encouraging signs there for the youngster Brady Wright, who that ball would have been travelling at speed where he was forced to gather that grand ball, gathered cleanly and kick truly across the body from about 35 on the left.
For a big fella, mate, he's pretty agile, Braid. So, he the way he moves and the way he received the ball was good, and it was a good finish from the young fella.
At Melton South, the breeze is blowing across the ground, so no real advantage to either end. And at quarter time, Bacchus Marsh 15 lead Melton South 6. Scores in other games: Ballarat 22 lead Redan 7. North Ballarat 15 lead Melton 7. We've got a game on here at the Clark Oval. It's the Sunbury Lions endeavouring to get their third win of the season and their second win at home. Of course, their 2 wins coming over the bottom side, Lake Windaree. And the Devils, of course, aiming for their 7th win of the year. What's been a pretty pleasing year for the Devils after a winless 21.
Yeah, definitely, mate. It's I think we've got a lot of young fellas, and the young fellas that have come through, mate. Cousins, Lahure, all them boys, they've really stood up this year, and they've paved the way. So good signs, mate. Definitely for the future, that's for sure. So yeah, looking good down at the Devil Dome.
At Marty Bush, Sebastopol are off to a flyer. They're 44. They lead East Point 2. So a big start to Sebast, but there's a howling wind blowing at Marty Bush. So it'll be interesting to see if the Geordie Johnson show can come to fruition and get him back in the game.
Yeah, he took a hanger on top of me, mate, in his game that we played him about 4 or 5 weeks ago. He took about 3 hangers, so the man can play, that's for sure, Geordie.
Yeah, highly touted. He's played 51 games of senior footy for East Point, and just he'd be 22 years of age. So plenty of good footy ahead.
Oh, definitely, mate, definitely. And his brother and I know a few of the East boys, Mitch Walsh and all that kind of stuff. So they're looking all right this year. But yeah.
So questions will be asked of Darley against the breeze in this second term here at the Clark Oval. We're just about to get play underway. Darley 2-1-13. Leads Sunbury 1 goal to 8. As we get play underway. Tap one there by Tanner. The follow-up work was Burton-esque as he threw ball to boot and got it to half forward. Got it to the attacking 50. Lever was clean by hand. Got it over towards Wood, who went to the social club side of the ground. Evasive. Werner finally had to go by hand. Falls back into the hands of Hannett. So they lower the kick. Got it towards half forward. Attack on the footy was terrific from Minton Connell. They had numbers around the ball again, Sunbury, before the ball spills over the line for a boundary throw in. So it was a nice tap and clearance to the big pencil.
Yeah, a big pence. He stepped up. We didn't really have a ruckman, and he's really stepped up this year, big pence. So
I love the way the nickname Pencil. He's got a nickname of the nickname.
Yeah, he's got a nickname.
Pence, is it?
Pence, yeah, Pence. big Pence.
Boundary throwing, ball went to ground. Bit of a gathering of players that forces another stoppage. Guthrie, one of those. So there's plenty of talent at ground level around stoppage this afternoon. Stick with us on Apple 98.5 FM or via the Vision on the Clutch app. Here's a chance for Cousins at a quiet opening quarter by his standards. Got it to Bewley. His hurry kick on the non-preferred found Lance. So a couple of the big guns combining. Left foot kick from Lant, goes in the Rodder direction, sets himself, goes to spoil on Lieber, who had front position, got a terrible bounce, got the leg break, somehow ended up in the hands of Rodder. He just spewed the ball to keep the ball alive, only as Minton Connell, an old-fashioned torp, got plenty of it, went beyond the middle of the ground, Sutton in front, Page at the back, Sutton was clever, been tackled down, taken to the ground, going to be holding the ball, no, umpire says held to him, and there'll be a ball up. Attacking side of centre wing, broadcast side.
A big torp from half back for Sunbury there. Big torp, big spoil.
Yeah, well, confidence is up for Minton Connell. He was arguably best on in that opening term. Neither ruckman could gain the ascendancy from that ball up. Bewley by hand, got it to Land, who went looking for Cadman, but it was cut off by Minton Connell, that man again. Onto the left boot, goes to the broadcast side. Egan pushed Ward off the footy and gave away a free kick. I didn't want to preempt a free take because none have been forthcoming in the opening quarter a bit.
They haven't been.
So Ward will go short to the safety of Myers. It's probably a good way to describe it. So Myers with ball in hand. Goes along the line. And Wright had the grab, spoiled there by Tanner in the end, off hands over the line. So
you need a bit more talk there from the boys, both going up for the one ball.
So right in front of us here, centre wing, broadcast side.
About time we had it over here, Toddy.
Yeah, let's keep it over here. Boundary throwing. Tanner and Cook to do the ruck work again, and neither ruckman could get a hand on it. Through traffic goes the youngster in Van Leaf, who's had the hair chopped off. Got it towards the attacking 50. Chance here at ground level for Wright. Couldn't quite gather the footy. Minton Connell ran away with it though for Sunbury. Free kick down the ground. It's going to go against Tanner. And it's going to go the way of Sunbury. 3 Newitt. Lowers the eyes. Goes in the direction there of Eels. It went over his head and was beautifully read by Darren Leonard. So Leonard goes short. Goes looking near towards Cousins. Now how will it sit for the youngster? He got a leg break and the ball went over the line for a boundary throw-in. 55 metres around from the Sunbury goal. So Tanner was just apologetic.
Yeah, what happened there? Did you see what happened there?
Yeah, I just
pushed him over.
Yeah, bit of body contact.
Yep.
And
big pencil, he's a bit floppy. Gets a bit floppy, the big fella.
There's the throw in, 50 metres out from the Sunbury goal. In front, Eels missed that's 3 in a row. The ruckman have missed, and Bewley just ran through traffic, got the 1-2, went by foot along centre wing. Cadman the target, couldn't take the mark. Chance here for Hannett. He concedes by hand to Scanlon. His wild hand pass only went as far as a party. His hand pass went as far as a kick, but only as far as Werner, who went by hand defensively as they negotiate by foot off half-back towards Bramble, who gave it to Power, who was standing still. He gave it back to Bramble. The youngster sold some candy. He went long forward. Brennan couldn't take the markers in those blustery conditions as the ball bounced over the line for a boundary throw-in, 25 metres around from the Sunbury goal.
Kind of just went out at one-handed there, Toddy, didn't he? He could have got behind it and got 2 hands to it and had the mark, but it's that wind again, I think.
So good to see Leonard resembling a bit more like himself today.
Yeah, definitely, yeah. He missed a fair chunk of footy, so...
That's right.
Good to have the big horse back.
So, Eels, Bewley at ground level, just ridden into the ground, the umpire.
And that's, no Jack Bewley today as well, who's out with the call.
So 35 metres out from the Sunbury goal. Lines in attack. Tap one by Leonard. Follow-up work was okay. Composed by hand. Cousins was under the pump. Leonard with another hand pass trying to get through traffic. Couldn't do so. Miller over the football. Chance here for Power to break away. Yeah, excellent shimmy on land. Threw it onto the left boot. Has a shot on goal. And off to the right for a minor score. So Sunbury with the opening score of this second term, albeit a behind. They're 1 goal 3-9 now, the Lions. They trail Darley 2-1-13. So the youngster Cousins, who's been good this year, plays on. Nearly bounced the ball back over his own head, but managed to negotiate by hand. And now foot towards half-back. Devils not out of trouble yet against the big breeze here at the Clark Oval. And there'll be a ball up on half-forward, just in front of the coach's box. Just the one spot you don't want to make a mistake, Jack.
Yeah, so DJ, our coach, he loves getting up and seeing everything from the top. He's up there over the top of the coach's box again, so he'll be casting a mean eye over everyone.
Someone gets blown off the top of that box, which is a high chance today. Here's Power again, away from the congestion. Set the ball forward. Myers' attack on the football was terrific, gathered, and then kicked to the space. Chance here for Van Leith. Can go inboard by hand. Now chance here for Spiteri, who's now got the short sleeve on.
Taking the long sleeves off, mate, there.
Right foot kick towards half forward. Scanlon, big fella over the football. That was well done by Angwin not to concede a free kick there. And a Stacks on the mill to be a ball up. So Myers' cleanliness out of defence is important too, isn't it?
You can see why he's a VFL listed player. Clean was that, mate.
So the ball up, the youngster Gook won that tap through traffic. Minton Connell might have caught one high. The umpire let it go. Went by hand to Toman, who got it to Miller. Right foot kick to the attacking 50. It's Lahure and Brennan. Lahure got a good fist on the ball. Went boundary side. Did well. Nearly impeded on Brennan, who was forced to hand pass the ball away. He didn't have any support from anywhere. His second effort was terrific, but the numbers will prevail as Bewley runs away by hand. Gets it to Myers. Look at that for a kick into the breeze, if you don't mind. Found Dylan Lant, who didn't have to move. So he goes on to the left foot kick. Like for like, found Spiteri, who's got Van Leith out wide. And that kick's okay too. Probably too far out to score, you'd think. He'll lower the eyes. Poor kick. Nice mark taken here by Angwin. Diving mark in the slips there from the big fella.
How good was that play by the Devils there? Billy Myers off half back, just chopping him up.
And Angwin, who had to reach a little further below the knees than he did in his attempt in that first quarter. And then he was able to grasp this one, so he's a long kick of the footy.
Yeah,
all about accuracy.
He's probably the biggest kick in the team, mate. He's a very, very big kick, so yeah, bit of accuracy and he should be right.
So this is an important shot on goal for Darley, despite their 4-point lead. They're into the breeze in this second quarter. So Angwin, deliberate approach. Oh, duffs it like one of my chips on a social day at the golf course. Turnover. Sunbury out of trouble. Van Leith got a fist on the footy. Bramble's got 2 to beat. Ward comes in to lend assistance. Knocked it to his own advantage. The gather was clean. Went inboard. Wild hand pass. Lucky Bewley was up for the task. He got it to Cadman, to Van Leith. Kicked to the top of the square. Right of the target. Sets himself. Had 3 to beat. Couldn't do so. Kick across the body from right out of nowhere. Through for a minor score.
Mitch Ward there, how good was he just bouncing around in the traffic and to get the ball for you, that was awesome. Got the tips as well, Mitchy Ward, a couple of boys with the tips, so
yeah.
Not a fan of the tips.
No, just getting ahead of themselves, you reckon?
Yeah, I reckon.
They'll negotiate their way out of defence here. Lever, speak of Sunbury, and they get to their defensive 50 chance here for Guthrie, who gave it to the voice of Hannett, who went by hand to Power. He's been okay. Did a full U-turn back onto the right boot, eating the target but reading it well. Yep, that man again, Myers.
Got him the ticket.
That won't be the first time we hear that this afternoon as Myers lowers the eyes. It went over the head of Lant. They got numbers here. Getting a bad bounce there was Guthrie. Lant went to the hands of Ward, who just sharked that ball and kept running. He can give it to Angwin. Decided to take a bounce. Now he's under the pump. Gave it to the advantage of Spiteri, who ran to 35. Weighs up the options. Keeps the kick low. It'll go across the face. And through for a rush behind. A let off there for somebody.
Sputter's down.
Looks like Spitteri's aggravated that hamstring again, Jake.
Not good.
Can't take a trick there, the train driver. Thomas the Tank in world of hurt there. So Sunbury again will endeavour with the breeze. That's a terrific kick there from Lever. So it'll be Egan with ball in hand on the left boot, just inside the boundary line. Oh, that's a shocker.
Chewy on the boot, mate.
Yep, he's just taken a leaf out of another lefty, I'll speak of Angwin, that had a shot on goal up the other end. So that'll be a mulligan, but it'll be the Devil's way. It'll be Myers with ball in hand on half back. So Myers weighs up the options. It's just too risky kick to go inboard at the moment, isn't it, Jake? Yeah, the breeze.
It is. The ball in the breeze is picked up.
So he goes along the line, told to play on, and he was out of bounds. That was interesting. Right at the back, couldn't take the mark. Bewley through traffic, pushed. Umpire let it go. No favours for Bewley this afternoon. It's right. I'll speak of the Sunbury kind. Got it to Lever on the non-preferred. Put it out in front of Hayden Ross. As the party presents, Cousins read it beautifully. Rebound, quick hands. Got the ball over there towards our half forward. Chance for as a party. Lever there, one of those players here. And he'll do the mopping up again for Sunbury. Very important player. Doesn't waste the footy. This time no exception. So Spiteri just being ushered off the ground with that, what appears to be a hamstring injury. So a big loss for the small forward. It'll be Wood now. As ball gets switch play from Scanlon towards Egan, who goes short towards Guthrie. Went to go around Ward. And then squaring kick into the middle of the ground. Went to the two big fellas. They both got leg break into this glue pot centre of the ground. Going to ground there was Baker. He looked a bit tired getting to his feet. Opportunity here for Sunbury. They keep running through Power. He can have a shot on goal here. Right foot kick across the body. Set sail for the judge. And he's off to the left side for a minor score. So a let off for the Devils. Sunbury with another behind. So Sunbury 1 goal 4-10, trail Darley 2-3-15. 5-point ball game here at the Clark Oval. As keeping the kick low there was Myers. And I'm not sure whether as a party touched that. He must have played on out of the goal square.
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
Otherwise that would have been naturally a resultant free kick to Sunbury. So there'll be a boundary throw in here. Low scoring affair, blustery conditions here. Crowd building up at the social club and the grandstand here. Game on. Chance here for Tanner. As soon as he gathered he was tackled, taken to the ground, no prior. 35 to 40 metres out from the Sunbury goal. Darley 2-3-15, Sunbury 1-4-10. There's the ball up. Just hacked out of ground level towards the boundary. Land gathers and runs out of space before he carries the ball over the line for yet another boundary throw in. So no goals in this second term. Sunbury kick with the aid of a really strong breeze. It's a bit more prevalent when you're actually out on the ground. There's the throw in, tap one by Leonard. Second effort okay through traffic here. High up and under kick from Toman. Oh, Cousins went back, nearly took a terrific mark with the flight of the footy. Page getting back, lending assistance. Went wide towards Young, drew the player, did well. They're under the pump here, but they negotiate well by hand. That was Brodie Ward, did well. Who got it out back towards Young, who went towards centre wing. Chance here for the youngster, recoup a pass and just coughed the ball up. Gave the hand pass to Hannett, who went with the long hand pass. Commitment on the football was terrific there from Mitch Ward. Kept his feet. Egan's going to square it away here for a ball up. And so just a couple of errors, but a little bit more forgiving against the Breeze, Jake, in these tough conditions for both sides.
It must be doing a bit again, the Breeze, because it's there's been a few fumbles and a few mistakes, but
there's the ball up at ground level. Chance here for Eels. Went through his hands. Chance here for the Pence.
The big Pence.
Threw it onto the boot. Got it towards centre wing. Somebody have got numbers here through Lever. That's an excellent tackle. And the umpire says, I'll have it. There'll be a ball up. So we get to enjoy a bit of play in front of the track.
Thank goodness, mate. It's good that it's over here. It's for sure. We can actually see something.
Darley 2-3-15. Sunbury 1-4-10. Sunbury with the Breeze in the second term. Ross did the sharking. Clearance kick. Only as far as Myers, who marked. He's got a magnet sort of way of reading the ball. I mean, they've just booted that out of the clearance. It went straight to Myers. As he goes in the direction of Young, and the spoil at the back was good from Newitt to force a boundary throw in. So a low scoring affair here. Darley and Sunbury both with 2 points in this second term. But it's Darley who lead by 5 points. 5, got it right the first time. So the ball's on half forward. Broadcast side of the ground. You can just see the trees in the background. Copping a hiding from the Breeze here. Chance here for Cousins. Cop one high. Umpire let it go. Laird got it towards Young, who got it to Lawler. Back to Young. Started okay, Young. I've liked his game. Right foot kick. It almost went backwards in the end. Such is the strength of the Breeze here today. As a party's tackled, taken on the ground by Bramble. Here come the reinforcements. Mitch Ward's one of those for the Devils. Young kept running, presented, gave it back to As a Party. It's just a real hassle just getting the ball forward into the Breeze here. So Sunbury now with a chance. But Darley with numbers will prevail. So Lawler can take a mark here and off he goes. Oh, he's just chopped that kick straight to Guthrie, if you don't mind. Turnover here. And Newitt will mark 35 to 40 metres out from goal. So if he gets the kick over to Brodie Ward, they're away there, the Devils. And he's just hacked it. And a turnover goal opportunity here. There's not much the defenders could have done there.
No, already back and set, so one of them ones, isn't it?
So Jack Newitt, a quarter cannon, the likely type, will have a shot on goal. Directly in front, it'll be all about accuracy with the Breeze and a chance to get the Lions back in front here at the Clark Oval. Kicks on its way. Goal umpire does not move. Sunbury get their second. Newitt gets his first. And Sunbury are in front here at the Clark Oval. They're 2-4-16. They lead Darley 2-3-15 and made to pay for that turnover, Jake.
Yeah, definitely. It's just shows just in the wind you've got to be pretty spot on with your kicks, especially coming off half back, and they just capitalised on our mistakes there. So
yeah, I think a lot of scoring opportunity will be made on the back of turnover today, you'd think, because into the Breeze there's only so many options that you can go to, so there'll be a lot of congestion, a lot of stoppage, so we can get off the hook awfully on the back of stoppage, and that was a prime example. So Newitt and Minton Connell, the goal scorers for Sunbury. They're in front by a point, right into the ruck, won the tap, and as far as Toman, he was tackled by Bewley. Chance here for Miller, he got it to Power, tumbling right foot kick. Mark uncontested. Poor kick there from Power. That was cut off there by Lahura, who plays on. Gives the ball by hand towards Myers. Turnover kick. Chance here for Miller to take the mark. Attacking side of centre wing. Social club side of the ground for the Lions. So he got around Young. Went to half forward. Awkward looking kick. Joel Cadman had to wait under it. He was tackled. Cut off hand pass. Quick shark out of nowhere there from Toman. Shot on goal. And it's gone through for a minor score. So Sunbury with their third behind into the breeze for the term. They're 2-5-17. Darley 2-3-15. 2-point ball game here. Sunbury in attack with the breeze in this second term. Gee, you wouldn't want to be taking the kick-ins against the breeze.
Yeah, it's leave it up to the good kicks, mate. Cousins and Billy.
So Cousins gets plenty of it actually into the breeze, but it's been cut off there by Lever. Doesn't mind an intercept mark from time to time. He's got Wood right at centre half forward, which wouldn't have been a bad option, but he's opting to ignore that.
Shot.
So from about 65, keeps the kick low to the top of the square. Brennan the target, couldn't take the mark. Ball at ground level. Quick hands there were good there from Lawler, but Cadman was put under the pump, and the umpires picked out a free kick here. It's going to go the way of Darley. It's going to go to Joel Cadman. So Joel Cadman, about 25 metres to 30 metres away from the Sunbury goal. So this is the important kick. So they come broadcast side. Cousins sets himself right, couldn't take the mark. They've got two here. They're arguing over the ball. They're almost in the end there, but Cousins got the hand pass and Bewley went along the line. Terrific kick from the left footer. Found England. So how will this kick go? Well, it was nearly as poor as his first one, but it's almost going to be effective. Baker might have caught one high, went to ground.
How much of that ball? Just hold up then.
Yeah.
Heaps.
Yeah, it's tough. Tough day at the office by foot for both sides, especially into the breeze. Sunbury with the lead. They're 2-5-17. Darley 2-3-15. There's the ball up. Through traffic goes Baker. Couldn't get a hand free before the umpire says, I'll have it, and there'll be a ball up. So he's often in and under Luther, isn't he?
He's a hard nut, mate. He's a hard nut, in and under. Loves the ground ball stuff.
Ball up, tap one by right. Went searching for Bewley. Didn't get him. Power at ground level was good. Ball comes out in direction of Ross, and then tackle taken to the ground there was Toman, and held to him. Bewley wanting the free kick, but no try there for Toman, so there'll be a ball up. Right in the middle of the ground here at the Clark Oval. Eels won that tap, favoured him. Knew it, the last goal scorer, couldn't negotiate by hand away from the contest. Power tackled by Lant, umpire let it go. Cousins threw ball on the boot, got it to half forward. Baker in front, couldn't take the mark. Oh, that was an excellent gather by Minton Connell. Made it look easy. Ran through the middle of the ground. Penetrating drop punt inside 50. Players set themselves. Myers read it beautifully at the back. Right foot kick comes towards half back, and the mark's been taken there by Brody Ward, who'll get onto the left. That's a good kick from a young fella. And there's strong hands overhead there from Bewley.
Swinging a heap, isn't it?
So Brett Bewley just takes the mark in front of Millett. Arguably Sunbury's best runner, Miller. That's probably why they've got him going with Bewley. Left foot kick to Cadman. Werner got a hand on it. Lever read it well. Quick hands to Wheels, who found Toman. Right foot kick. Inside 50. Sutton couldn't take the mark. It went over the head of he and Myers. Leonard comes to lend assistance, but only as far as Sutton. He kicks the ball across the body. I tell you what, that's not a bad effort from the pocket. Sutton gets his first, and Sunbury get their third. Terrific finish there from the snowy-headed forward.
Yeah, big goal, mate, big goal.
So Sunbury with a game high 8-point lead, if you don't mind. They're 3-5-23. They lead Darley 2-3-15. Let's go around the grounds for a look at scores in other games. Sebastopol 56 lead East Point 9. North Ballarat 15 lead Melton 9. Ballarat 34 lead Redan 22. And the Cobras led Melton South by not much at quarter time. We'll keep you updated as the scores come to hand. I think the temperature's dropped a couple of degrees in the last minute or so, Jake. Back in the middle of the ground. Tap one by the big, give that to Eels. Only went as far as Cadman, who hacked the ball towards half forward. Here they go again off half back Sunbury through Scanlon. Right foot kick, bouncing ball. Went about 50 metres in the end. Ward gathered, I speak of Mitch. Pressure kick. Opportunity for a turnover. Bramble's hand pass was good. Got it to Toman, who gave it to Power, who went searching towards Toman. Knocked the ball to the advantage of Bramble, who caught one over the shoulder, and he'll receive the free kick. Right on true centre wing, just inside the boundary line, Social Club side. So he concedes with the 45 kick. The kick's okay. So onto the left boot. That's a poor kick, cut off. Bit of a let off there for the Devils. So they go by hand to Bewley. Had to wait under it for a while. That was a poor hair pass there from the Devils captain. But they got numbers here. Chance here for Cooper Parsons. Gave the hand pass over towards Tanner. That's a good kick from a pencil.
A big pent.
Found Lant on half forward. Too far out to score. Rodder's got 2 on him at the moment. Let's see how he can negotiate his way around here. The other side, Sunbury Johnson applies the tackle on Scanlon, managed to go by hand towards Ross, searching hand pass towards the running Bramble, who got to half back. Lahure presented and smothered and nullified that kick along the line from Bramble. He did well, the former Cobra, to enforce a ball in on half forward, Social Club side of the ground for Darley.
He's been good this year, Sticks Lahure. Very good. Very good off half back. Runs well. Good player.
Boundary throw in. Sunbury lead by 8 points here late in this second term here at Clark Oval. A kick with the breeze. Now, bit of tunnel ball there from the big fella there in Tanner. Bewley just mopped it up, gathered through, gave the hair pass over towards Cadman, who sent it forward. Was well read there by Scanlon, who took the mark in front of Rodder. He goes short. Errant kick. Found its way over the line for a boundary throwing. So even with the breeze, it's just tough on the ball job, and the fundamentals becoming a little more difficult than they otherwise would, Jaggy.
Yeah, looks like a tough game, mate.
Boundary throw in. Testing conditions here. Went over the back, overrunning the ball there was Cooper Parsons. Tackle was good by Cousins. Umpire let it go. Chance here for Bramble, who's tackled, but they got numbers here. So numbers have prevailed. Werner went by hand, and they just kept pushing here, Sunbury. Chance of Minton Connell. Numbers again prevailing. The umpire pays the advantage. It sits up okay for Werner, who draws the man. I don't know what happened there. Clever kick at the end, really. Got it to Minton Connell, who went to the vacant pocket. Oh, Brennan dropped what he should have taken, and he can go the soccer. But it's found its way over the line for a boundary throw-in, 15 metres around from the Sunbury goal. So, Werner's, that was just a shocking kick.
There's been a couple of them this game. That balls, mate, that ball is just swinging around in the air every time. It's, yeah.
So let's take a look at the goal scorers for Sunbury. Jack Newitt, Harry Minton Connell have 1 each. And so too Jake Sutton with that terrific goal from the pocket. Whilst Darley's goals, they came in a minute in that first quarter to Nick Rodder and Brady Wright. There's the throw in. Sutton doing the ruck work. Eels at the back. Hurried shot on goal there out of the congestion from Egan. Posted through for a minor score. So Sunbury 2 goals 4 for the term. And that wind showing no signs of abating, Jake.
It's just swinging everywhere.
3 goals 6 now, Sunbury 24, lead Darley 2-3-15. So Myers keeps the kick low. Angwin at the back, couldn't take the mark. How will it sit for Bewley? Will it sit for him at all? No, it doesn't. Gee, it's a hot footy on in earnest there in difficult conditions. Just draining on the energy too, running into that breeze too, I imagine, for the players.
Yeah, it would be, yep.
So a ball up here on half forward for Sunbury. Social Club side of the ground. Ball gets skewed inside 50. Young fumbled the ball. Chance here for Leonard though, who went searching there by hand towards Van Leith, who just couldn't pick the ball up at the end, but finally it sits for him. Goes inboard to Young, who got it to Baker, who went by hand and missed the target. A couple of lefties just unable to link up there.
Yeah, definitely over that far side. It's left foot is nightmare.
So a boundary throw-in on half forward for Sunbury. 3-6-24. They lead Darley 2-3-15. We've got a 9-point ball game here. Darley endeavouring to cling to a spot in the 6. Eels won that tap. Ball spills free though. Darley side. Chance here for Lant. Through ball onto the boot. Juggling attempted mark there from Bygate. Didn't quite come off. Chance here for Minton Connell. Been arguably Sunbury's best player. Bygate's air pass was cut off there by Lance, who went to the voice of Bewley. In pursuit there was Minton Connell, but Bewley got ball to boot, but a turnover opportunity here for Sunbury. The ball's hacked towards centre wing. Ward over the footy. Baker running back, gets dispossessed. Underground hand pass suited Miller. Tackle taken to the ground. The umpire let it go. Power over the ball. Baker lending assistance there to negate Power, and there'll be a ball up on half forward. Broadcast, Social Club side of the ground for Sunbury.
What have we got here? Blood rule, is it?
Oh, no one could be bothered getting the footy for
Right, he got over there and jogged 10 metres.
So they couldn't even hit the target, kicking the ball back to the umpire. It's just blown a metre till he's left. So it's just going to be a game of inches today. There's the ball up. Tap one by Eels, who did well. Threw the ball onto the boot. Went forward. Myers was infringed with the umpire, let it go. Chance here for Brennan. He went over the head with the hand pass, only as far as Myers, who went boundary side. Got the ball towards, might have been Page with the long kick towards half back. Cadman couldn't take the mark before he's carried over the line for a boundary throw in. So Page getting plenty of purchase on that kick on the left, out of the fence into the breeze.
Very much so.
Boundary throw in. Said that a few times today. Half forward for Sunbury. Tap one by Tanner. Lant goes through traffic, finally gathers, gets a little bit of it. Got it to Baker in the end, and they're away here through Cadman. Right foot kick. It's going to be cut off. Went out of bounds on the full, missed everything. Sunbury ball and another turnover. So they can go short. Went looking there towards Mobilio, who marked on centre wing. Social Club side of the ground. The next kick all important here for Sunbury. So that's a high up and under kick. So siren sounds for half time here at the Clark Oval. In a pretty underwhelming game of footy, as the wind has definitely had a bearing on the quality of the game. I speak of the fundamentals primarily. Sunbury with the half-time lead. They're 3-6-24. They lead Darley 2-3-15. The goal scorers for Sunbury, Sutton, Minton Connell and Newitt have their singles, whilst for Darley, as previously mentioned, 2 goals in a minute in that opening term. Speak of Nick Rodder and Brady Wright. So half-time, the honours with Sunbury. Plenty more to play out here at the Clark Oval. We'll take a well-earned break, but join us in about 20 minutes' time for the second half action via your Clutch app, TV Vision, or on Apple 98.5 FM's Match of the Round.
Jeff Jones Plants and Produce for all your fresh fruit and veggies. All summer produce available. Stone fruit, mangoes, apricots, nectarines, plums, and of course the magnificent strawberries and cherries. All year round they have seedlings, potting mix and manure. Come and meet their friendly staff and savour the fresh fruit and vegetables. Jeff Jones Plants and Produce, 388 the Avenue of Honour in Bacchus Marsh, a proud sponsor of Apple 98.5 FM.
I want you to inspire me, and I want to inspire you this football season with our high quality, locally grown meat. Hop online or give us a call on 53 68 117 or come in store and we will deliver to you free of charge this football season. Proud sponsors of this station, the Land Local Butcher.
Are you frustrated on constantly hiring the wrong size skip bin? Get station sponsor Jess and Leanne's Waste Solutions advice on what the right size skip bin is for your job. Jess and Leanne's Waste Solutions is a company that can supply skip bins and walk-in bins with sizes varying from 2 cubic metres all the way up to 30 cubic metres. They're sure to have a bin for you. Call Jess and Leanne's Waste Solutions on 0418 879 558. Jess and Leanne's Waste Solutions, where waste finds a solution.
Property management team at Stockdale and Rego Bacchus Marsh are currently giving gift cards for any referrals that result in properties being managed by them. Contact station sponsor Stockdale and Rego and ask for Jade Daly or Emily Closter on 5367 5700. Stockdale and Rego, we are here for you. Proud sponsor of Apple 98.5 FM.
Rusto Proprietary Limited phone 0419 568 635. Just bought your home site, the man to phone for quick and prompt service Graham Gillespie at Rustel, 0419 568 635. Proud sponsor of Apple 98.5 FM.
Community radio, made in Norable. Apple 98.5 FM.
Hey footy fans, Apple FM is proud to present The Presser, our very own live show discussing all hot topics from the week in Ballarat League football. Toddy and Fridge return to the airwaves with regular special guests, including Doug Hawkins and Rod McPherson. Listen live on your preferred device or podcast later in your own time. Join us for a laugh and a chaff every Wednesday night live from 8 p.m. on your local station 98.5 Apple FM.
Yeah, that's the thing about football.
Another big game going on around the region this weekend is, of course, Melton South hosting Bacchus Marsh, hoping for back-to-back wins against the Coppers. Is Panthers coach Heath Pritchard, who joins us on the line. Good evening, Heath.
Good, Toddy. How are you, mate?
Good, thanks. We won't talk too much about last week, but the local paper cut my coach's comments out, so those all and sundry that weren't in attendance that enjoyed reading the coach's comments. Just quickly, what was your overall view on the game last week?
Oh, look, I think we probably shot ourselves in the foot a bit, Toddy, to be honest. We goals on turnover really cost us. I think we probably gave away 4 or 5 in B50, and able to capitalise from our opportunities. If you watch the game back and even the last quarter, I thought we dominated the last 16 minutes, and the first 15 minutes, sorry, and unfortunately we kicked 1 ball, kicked 2 goals 10 in the second half, which is always going to kill us. So, I thought Darley did really well. Obviously had the 3 best on ballers in the ground with Bewley and Lance dominating, and obviously Luther Baker playing a really good game. We probably had our chances and didn't take it.
Yeah, you seem to play yourselves into a bit of form. You shared the footy around. Was just that final kick, that shot on goal, the 2-9 you booted in the second half didn't help the cause, but you must have been pleased with the commitment and the way that you were able to move the ball quite freely from half-back to an open forward line on many times.
Yeah, look, I can't question our effort, mate. I thought our effort was really, really good. It was obviously a big day for the club. We had our 50th anniversary ball on Saturday night, so there was a lot of ex-players in attendance, things like that. So the effort of our team couldn't be questioned. Just our execution was probably just a little bit lacking, and Darley made us pay. And full credit to them. They got the 4 points, and they deserved it.
You had arguably your strongest team in for the year. Obviously, your VFL affiliate Anthony Anastasio not playing, but the big one, the regular Dylan Conway, no sign of him. Is he a chance to lob against the Cobras on Saturday?
Yeah, look, he is. It's just a little bit tricky at the moment. Work. He owns his own business, runs his own fitness business, and like everyone else, there's times when COVID's wreaking havoc with everything. So it's sort of up in the air a little bit in relation to that. And look, to be honest though, I thought our forward line operated pretty well, considering he wasn't there. And if you look at our form, 2 of the 3 games we've won, Dylan hasn't played. So it's an interesting one. Of course, we prefer him than not have him, but we've also shown that we're probably a bit more multi-dimensional when he isn't playing for us. So it's sort of a bit of a coach's conundrum, that one.
When you're playing a side that had played Melton the previous week, the Bloods average a 51-point win for the season against any side, really. Do you tend to go run that game and go back further, or is there much to get out of watching a Melton do it fairly comfortably in the end against your next opposition?
Yeah, look, it's probably an interesting one for me because obviously we've got Melton next week, so I was pretty interested to see how the Marsh went against Melton. We're obviously looking a few games ahead as coaches as well with our reviews. We don't just watch one game. Obviously, with the way footage is these days and the amount of footage available to us, we can always watch a few games from a weekend. So I certainly watched the Melton Bacchus game, and Melton are a good side. There's no doubt about that. But you can still see patterns of play and sort of how Bacchus did manage to go against arguably the best in the comp. But I'm pretty sure they got North Ballarat this week, so that's going to be one hell of a contest. North Ballarat seems to have got their mojo back. So yeah, look, we do watch it, but obviously we look back against other sides as well.
Must be frustrating for the club on exposed form. I wrote in the review, you actually look a little bit more comfortable away from home. I know that's hard to change given, well, you've just celebrated 50 years in operation at the venue, but how do you go about sort of changing a dynamic to try and get it back on your terms, to try and arrest an 0-6 record, given you've got a pretty good
team? It's an
team?
interesting one, Toddy. Like, I don't think our form at home's been terrible, to be brutally honest. Like, Melton round one, obviously, look, we've had three games that I'd call shockers for the year. Melton round one, Ballarat round two, and then North Ballarat in our last home game. Apart from that, we've led or been in games against every other side. So, which is a massive improvement. You look at our percentage last year, it was in the 40s. We're up in the 60s. We've won 3 games, and like I said, in all those other games between rounds 3 and 10, we were either leading at some stage or well and truly in it up to our eyeballs. And I think that's probably the basis of where we can win games from. But we rely on our pressure. There's no doubt about that. But it's also hard to maintain pressure for 100 minutes of footy. So it's one of those ones where we have our lapses, and we've just got to try and make sure that our lapses aren't costing us games. But, fingers crossed we can bring our best form up against the Cobras. As you said, we've had a pretty good record against them over the last couple of years, and hopefully we can do the job this week. And as you said, break the duck at home would be nice.
You seem to have a bit of luck on the injury front. Almost a clean sheet minus that unavailability from Conway. Did you get through last Saturday unscathed?
No, Sean White hurt his calf, so Sean White won't play this week, which is a shame. The captain, he's obviously a very good player for us, so he's definitely out. Like we said, we don't know about Conway at this stage, so Sean White would be the only other one only one we lost from last week's game.
Heath, round 6, when you played back a smash and got up by a point, your ruckman really impressed me, Dylan Jones, and a couple of your younger brigade, I should say, in the Bibbies, the Finos and the Tios, they've developed over the last 12 months.
Yeah, absolutely. Fred, was good to talk to you, mate. We've managed to get game time into those boys. None of those boys have played any form of under 18 or under 19 footy. We've basically picked them straight out of under 17 footy. They've played seniors. So, Cody Chapman's obviously another one who I think is a really good player, future captain of the club. I've got no doubt. So, look, our smaller brigade's really good. Some of those boys would be lucky to be 70 kilos wringing wet, though, to be honest. And when they're up against big-bodied midfielders, obviously it's a different proposition for them. But Dylan Jones has been a superb pickup for us, really something we needed, something we targeted. It's always easy to target these things, but you've got to actually be able to pick a bloke up that can actually play the position. And he's been a ripper, Dill. He's a great clubman as well, goes to all the functions, does all the right things. And the boys really like him. Last week he was a little bit disappointing. Dill's a diabetic, which makes things a little bit tricky as well. His sugar levels were a bit out last week, and I know Toddy was commentating the game, and Jones probably wasn't at his dominant best last week. He had a couple of health things with his diabetes, so we've just got to watch that at times. But he's really good, and the fact we've got Broden Collins back playing footy. He did a great job at Rodder last week, and he might have to take your brother-in-law on if he plays forward this week, mate. We'll see what happens.
Oh, he's domiciled down back, so we can't.
He has at the moment. Yeah,
can't kick a score unless we put him up forward. So it might be an even keel.
We'll see what happens, mate. We'll see what happens.
But Dylan Jones, he plays like a ruck rover. Heath, he's gets around the ground good, and he's got a bit of speed about him. I was really, really impressed, and especially if Burton doesn't come up, the young fella in Mar, he's had 2 games, and he does jump high, and it'll be a good contest between the two if Burton doesn't come up. But another young fella that's down at the Jets, young Jared Bibby, watching play a couple of games. He impresses me even down at the Jets. He's not a bad little player, that fella.
No, Bibby's a ripper, mate. His old man was a Melton South player, Andrew. He played over 240 games with the club. Not a lot in the seniors, mainly in the reserves, but Jared's a really quiet kid, unassuming, and just goes about his business. He's a really good kid. We really rate him. At times, I don't know what the Jets are looking at, mate. They're obviously looking at different things to me because he's the sort of kid that I'd want to be out playing for me every week. Goes hard, good overhead. Probably doesn't. They talk about X factor and that sort of thing about what does he do that's a little bit special. Well, sometimes as a coach, you just like a bloke who's going to do his job every week, and whatever job we give him, he seems to do it with aplomb. So whilst he's not getting the game with the Jets, I'm more than happy for him to get a game with me because, like I said, he's a ripper kid and he does all the things right. He works hard. He's good overhead. He backs back into a pack when he has to. He wins his own footy. I really like him.
Funny you say that with the Jets and you're saying Bibby, strong overhead and you just don't understand this NAB with the pathway, what they are looking for. And I know they're ruled by AFL clubs. They've got to play certain players and this and that, and it's just it becomes confusing to the players at times that are trying to make their mark. I think anyway. But you must be relatively happy with the progress of Paul Curtis too, being drafted from Melton South / Western Jets. He's a product of yours and getting regular games at North Melbourne. So you're doing something good down there, Heath.
Yeah, look, Paul's a ripper too. We still see Paul quite a bit. His girlfriend still plays netball for us, and his mum's still involved with the club, and his dad comes and watches. So. If he's not playing on a Saturday and he hasn't got training or anything, he usually he pops in, and he's just a quiet kid, and it's great that he's signed on for another couple of years, and it didn't surprise me when I read that. He's a loyal kid, and he doesn't forget his roots, Paul. He always Melton South Footy Club and Melton South Junior Footy Club, and it's really great to see that he does that, and look, just rapper and a lovely kid, really good player. We knew last year we had something special when he came to play for us, and we just knew that he had all the makings of being a good player. He's probably progressed quicker than most people would have thought. But look, as far as our club's concerned, we're very proud. We're very proud of the fact that someone like him has come through our club, and I think it shows that through hard times you can always get some little pearls, and some of these boys, as you mentioned, Bibby and Cody Chapman and Riley Theo and Mitch Fino and these kids, we've unearthed a few, and I think the future of the club's pretty good when you've got those sorts of kids coming through your system.
All right, Heath, we better knock it on the head, mate. Wish you all the best for Saturday. He's hoping that you can replicate your effort against the Cobras as you did earlier in the year when you got it done by 1 point at Mattingly Park. But you'll want to hope that 5 goals with 10 minutes to go will be enough.
Let's not talk about outside. Let's just, if we get to that stage, let's hopefully the boys have learned from that. And
well, you'd take that any day of the week, wouldn't you? 5 goals up with 10 minutes to go.
We got a six-pack on.
It was. I think the last 10 minutes of the last time we played, it was like a perfect storm of everything that could go wrong, did go wrong. But up until that stage, I was fairly happy with the way we progressed. So, I think it'll be a ripping game, and Bacchus Marsh supporters and South supporters should get down to the rec reserve and have a look, because I think both sides have got some kids playing, they've got some young talent, and it'll be a good game of footy.
We got a six-pack on this one?
Why not, mate? Why not?
Beautiful.
I'll see you down there. What are you up to this weekend? Are you coming to watch it?
I'll be there.
Fridge will be there. I'm going to venture over to the Clark Oval and try and get Hoggy over the line.
No worries. All right. Well, Fridge, you and I will have a quiet one after the game, all right? We'll have a six-pack on it.
Not a problem, Heath.
All right.
Good on you, mate. Nice talking to you all, boys.
Good luck, Heath. Heath Pritchard, Melton South coach, joining us ahead of their big game against the Cobras at the weekend.
Hey, who left the fridge open?
Well, to start off with, Todd, just a community sort of message that early on in the year, Darley had their portables vandalised, with broken windows. Clubs struggle and they don't need, vandalism. And then the Bacchus Marsh Football Club have had 3 break-ins over the past, probably 6 to 8 weeks. I've just asked the community, if you're going past Darley Park or Mattingley Park and you see something untoward or people loitering around those areas, don't be afraid to call the 000 and just report it, because it's just ludicrous to the things that are happening, like smashing roller doors and pinching alcohol and and breaking memorabilia. It's just ridiculous. And as a community, if we can keep an eye out for each other and help each other with identifying if someone is doing the wrong thing, it will be far better off. Also, too, just quickly, 4 boys from the Rebels that have represented Vic Country, Aaron Cadman and Felix Fogarty and James Van Ness and Hugh Bond. Congratulations to those boys that have had terrific games in that competition, and a young product from Bacchus Marsh.
Trying to get played away for the third term here at the Clark Oval. It's the Devils with the breeze, who trail by 9 points. First hit out won by Eels over the middle of the ground. Bewley quick hands to Baker. Standing start, left foot kick, gets to the attacking 50. Tack on the football was good there from Lever. Bailed up by Angwin. The umpire says, I'll have it. There we go, ball up. So the first clearance of the third term to the Devils. Sunbury lead by 9 points. Tap won by Eels. Baker, quick hands to Land. Caught on the non-preferred. Kick across the body. Was read well by Wright, but spills free. Kick across the body. Oh, it's off for a minor score. So Angwin doesn't get the job done. Did a nice little crumb there from the big fella.
Yeah, a couple of little good clearances there from Luther Baker.
So the ball come back into play. First scorer of the quarter to Darley. So it'll be Lever with ball in hand with the tough kick against the breeze. Gets plenty of it. It's a good effort. Beyond the defensive 50, Cousins comes out, takes a nice mark.
That's what we want to see from Cuzzo. Up at it.
Good commitment on the football. Has a big future, this kid. Left foot gets plenty of it. He nearly almost got the journey here. Cousins has kicked a goal from outside 50.
There he is. He's back. He's got them tips in his back.
And the Devils come from everywhere to give the defender. He's just desserts. And just, we just weren't anticipating him getting the journey there, or at least having a shot.
He was out about 55 or 60, say. He was out there.
Definitely 50 plus. So the cordial Danny Duggan give him at half times paid dividends there as
Danny Duggan. Yeah,
put that down as a goal assist.
Oh, yeah, definitely for the D Duggan. That ball, mate, just swinging everywhere again as they kicked it out. You could see how much it just swung and held up there. So
just the start the Devils were after in the opening couple of minutes here in this third term. Back in the middle, tap won by Eels. Toman held. Umpire let it go. Bewley doing the ground level work. Negotiated by hand by Toman to Guthrie, who was tackled. Chance by Land. It was terrific. Got it to Cadman. Searching hand pass out in front of Bewley. He's on his non-preferred. Just threw it onto the right boot. High up and under kick. Rodder sets himself. Could have been pushed. The umpire let it go. Chance here for Wright. Clever kick across the body. Dribbling kick. And it's through for a minor score.
It's an absolute mud pit in the middle there, Toddy, isn't it? Just a couple of boys got white shorts on. They're looking a bit darker than white.
Ball comes back into play. Kicks okay from Lever again to Toman, who went to go to Werner. Just got some separation on Page. He almost conceded that sort of boundary line option. So Werner with ball in hand will come broadcast side, which is always nice. Only as far as Tanner. Not sure he actually marked that, but...
Big pant.
So he went to go to Page, and then, oh my God, they've just made a meal of that. And Just got all a bit too much there, and out came the eraser just before the pencil went to paper. Chance here for Bailey Young, who goes inboard by hand. Got it to Lawler, over towards Leonard. Now steadying kick here from the defender. Awkward looking kick, bounces on the attacking 50, clean bowled a couple. Bewley gathered, he's on his left side, kicks across the body. Rodder going back with a fly to the ball, nearly took mark of the day, but offhand through for a minor score. Wanted the hold, did the big fella, but not fourth given. So 3 goals, 6 now. Darley have levelled the scores. So it took them the best part of 4 minutes to draw back level with Sunbury. So they've arrested that half-time lead. That would have been goal number 1 early for the Devils in the third quarter, Jake.
Yeah, it's it just shows you when we stepped out before, mate, the wind, how swirly it is and how much the ball's just holding up and swinging around.
Yeah, if you're not here today and you're watching on the Vision, fair income, the wind today would blow the milk out of your coffee. There's the boundary throw-in, tap one by Eels. Through traffic there was Baker, did well. Got plenty of purchase on the kick. Kick for touch in the end, to use a rugby vernacular. One bounce over the line for a boundary throw-in. So it's like Myers has gone forward for the Devils. Whether he can have an impact, we shall wait and see. So Rodder, Wright and Cousins with the goals for the Devils. Minton, Connell, Mewett and Sutton for Sunbury. There's the boundary throw-in at the back there. It was Cadman, threw ball on the boot. His kick was smothered. Guthrie ushered the ball beyond the defensive 50 before it's gathered there by Baker. Searching hand pass over towards Lant, who's tackled by Bramble. Taken to the ground, the umpire says, I'll have it. And then we a ball up, 65 metres away from the Darley goal. Or if you're not familiar with 65 metres, the exact place where Mace Cousins kicked the last goal.
Yes, it was a big kick from the left footer.
There's the ball up. Ball at ground level. Tanner's one of those for the Devils. Couldn't negotiate by hand out of the congestion. And there's the stoppage right in front of the Darley coach's box. So there's the tap, one by big fella Eels, he's won his fair share of tap-outs today. Umpires picked out a free kick from the appeal of the Sunbury players, and they're off here. So it's Guthrie with ball in hand. Goes inboard by hand. Hurried kick forward there by Minton Connell. Got plenty of purchase on the kick, but it's been cut off. And the mark's been taken there by... Might be Lawler, is it?
Yep.
So Lawler with ball in hand. Tumbling drop punt. Gets towards half forward. Neither side could take a mark. Riley Miller's hand pass was smothered. Devils might have caught one over the shoulder before it's ushered over the line for yet. He's picked out a free kick here. It's going to go against Darley.
Another one.
So Sunbury will try and negotiate their way out of defence to Minton Connell. Had an excellent first half. Continued his good form from his... last meeting against the Devils. So he keeps the kick low. Made it difficult. Bewley was clean. Gathered. Quick hands. Over towards Cousins. Kick across the body. Got plenty of it. It's bounced through for a goal. That's Lant, in fact.
Lant, yeah. That's the same spot that Cuzzo's kicked it from.
So Devils get the lead here at the Clark Oval. They're now 4 goals, 6-30. They lead Sunbury 3 goals, 6-24. So a 6-point ball game.
Yeah, the Devils are just getting it in, aren't they? And they're doing a good job of locking it in, and a couple of good scores, a couple of good goals.
So Dylan Lant becomes one of 6 individual goal kickers today. Well, 7 actually. Lant, Rodder, Wright and Cousins with 1 each. Whilst for Sunbury, Sutton, Minton Connell and Mewett. So the Devils kicking with the breeze. We've been playing about 7 minutes in this third term.
It's looking like the launch pad, that's that same spot where the boys kicked it from.
There's the ball up. Tap one by Eels again to Miller. His hand pass was smothered. Tanner did well. Got the hand pass over towards Baker, who was ridden into the ground. And there'll be a ball up. So on the broadcast side of the centre of the ground, there'll be a ball up here. There's a dozen or so players around the footy. Tap one by Eels to Miller. Kick smothered, cut off there by Cousins. Baker needs to be quick here. Managed to get a hand pass away to the middle of the cricket pitch. How will it sit? Set okay there for Miller, who shrugged the tackle of Lant, who got it towards Guthrie, who went searching back for Miller, who just wasn't there anymore. Then his kick goes out wide towards centre wing. Myers sets himself. The punch at the back was good from Werner. Needs a favourable bounce. Doesn't get one. Overruns it in the end. Gathered there well by Hannett. Got it to Ross. Back to Hannett. Good running of the foot there running of the football there by Sunbury. The kick from Guthrie is out in front of Brennan. He's got time to gather. Kicks along the line. Well, it started out on the line, and Leonard took a well-judged mark just inside the forward 50 of Sunbury. So Leonard on the last line, plays on, goes by hand to Ward, who took a bounce, ran across the face of goal. Now goes long with the right boot towards half-back. How will it sit? It's had all right there for Cooper Parsons, just as he gathered he was tackled. And the umpire said, I'll have it. There'll be a ball up right in front of the Sunbury coach's box here. So Darley with 2 goals, 3 in the opening 10 minutes. Have arrested a 9-point half-time deficit. They now lead by a goal. Here's the ball up. Ground level. Just tough conditions for both sides today. Ball just gets shimmied out here. Chance here for Ward. Ambitious handball. Put Young under the pump. Gathered and was tackled. Taken to the ground. Ball at ground level. The umpire says, I'll have it. And there'll be a ball up. 45 metres away from the Sunbury goal. So they'll need to keep pressing here, the Devils, because they'll have to hold out Sunbury with the breeze in that final term. So it's Young, who goes by hand to Land. He'll get onto his left. Penetrating kick with the breeze. Gets towards centre wing. Well read mark taken there by Lever, who plays on to Minton Connell. How will it sit for him on the cricket pitch? Gets through the tackle of Cooper Parsons and then shrugs the tackle of Bewley. So got around one and then sidestep Baker. That was good passage of play there from Minton Connell. And the kick's terrific. The mark's been taken there by Egan. So Egan with ball in hand. Great individual run and carry there from Minton Connell.
Straight through the mud pit as well.
So he goes short. Ward nearly gave away a free kick. Commitment on the footy was terrific. Umpire let it go, however. Young's hand pass, searching one at that. Went to Azzopardi. Gave it back to Young and just bit off more than they could chew there, the Devils. But the ball got ushered towards centre wing. Tackle terrific. Umpire's pinged. And the Devils will get a free kick.
That was Bailey Young there. He's just run straight at him, hasn't he?
And Bailey Wright with ball in hand. Plays on. Gives it over towards Myers. So kick across the body. How about that for vision and execution to Cousins in the middle of the ground. He's got the youngster there, Cooper Parsons, deep. He can mark this on the chest, and he does, 50 metres out from goal. So he spent a little bit of time with the Western Jets, this young Devils product.
He goes very well, mate. It's one of the other young fellas coming through the ranks.
So from 55, gets plenty of the kick. Rodder in front. At the back there was Scanlon, took a nice overhead mark. Rodder, of course, had 2 to beat once again. And numbers went out on this occasion. So it'll be Scanlon who plays on. Decides to go broadcast side. We thank you for that. Goes in direction of Werner. Sutton at the back. Nearly takes an absolute hanger. Bewley's quick hands to Johnson. Searching hand pass found Page, who got around one. Resembled the youthful Page, who got it to Baker on the not-preferred right. And Rodder's got it. Rodder comes out and takes an overhead mark and a shot on goal to come from about 25 metres out.
How about Shane Page there, just a sidestep and the silk of the ex-captain. He's just, what a player and what a man he is.
Just recapturing his youth there.
Yeah.
Jake, terrific. So Rodder will shoot. This is an important kick in the context of the game. The Ballarat League's leading goal kicker. Sets, sail, sneaks it in just before the goal umpire nearly fell over and hit his own head on the goalpost. He snuck it through for his second major. Becomes the first multiple goal scorer on a tough day on the goal front for both sides. Darley now 5 goals 6, 36, leads Sunbury 3 goals 6, 24. So we've been playing about 12 minutes in this third term. So encouraging signs for the Devils.
Oh, you can just see, mate, how much the wind's a factor in the game. Like, Sunbury look like they're having trouble working it up into it now, and Devils are just getting it in deep and getting it to the big man Dennis Rodman and looking the goods.
I just saw Sunbury exposed Darley with their run and carry against the breeze in that first quarter, but now they seem a little bit more like themselves. The youngster Cook into the ruck, tackled by the fellow youngster there in right, taken to the ground, and there'll be a ball up right in the middle of the ground here. Darley with 3 goals in the opening 12 minutes of this third term. They lead by 12 points. There's the ball up, tap. One by right as far as Bewley, who's bailed up by 2 or 3 Sunbury players. Can't get away from the congestion. So the big guns all around the footy there for the Devils. I speak of Wright, Page, Bewley. Good tackle on the footy there. The umpire, they will say, I'll have it. There'll be a repeat ball up. Right in the general area where we started the game here. At 2:15. Right in the middle of the ground here. Broadcast side. We're entirely grateful for that today. Tap one by Cook. Ball gets hurried, shimmied by Lant to half forward. Catman in front, quick hands, just missed Bewley. Lant kept running, ran into a brick wall, and then he's pinged. Not sure how much prior he had, but nonetheless, free kick will go to the Sunbury Lions. Like I know we have a Darley history, Jake, but I think they've been on the wrong end of the stick today. Hannett, that's a terrific kick towards Bramble. Cut off there by Page. This kick's important here. Puts it out in front of Angwin, use of the body, went over his head and levers. Rodder leads into the race for the ball. Couldn't gather, got leg break. Chance here for Cadman to apply the tackle. Rodder's looking dangerous. Ball at ground level. How will it set? Can the Devils get something out of nothing here? They do by hand to Cadman. Went searching by foot and found Myers. So that was good vision there by Cadman. Kicked to the fat side of Myers. I mean, we couldn't even see Myers from here.
But once again, Shane Page, how silk.
Well, I thought
right in front of us too. We love that, Toddy.
The kick from Hannett, there wasn't much wrong with it really to Bramble, but it just set up enough for Page to be able to make up the ground. So Billy Myers, shot on goal, his first deliberate attempt on goal this afternoon, has an opportunity to kick Darley's fourth of the term and extend on a 12-point lead. So Myers off to the right, never really looked likely. Through for a minor score. So a let off there for Sunbury. The Devils fourth behind of the term. They've added 3-4 in this quarter. Sunbury just 2 or 3 times have got it past their half of the ground. So Lever to bring the ball back into play. Someone just got blown off the fence
Head
there.
over biscuit they've gone.
So Lever with a penetrating kick beyond the defensive 50. Devils here at ground level. It'll be Cadman goes inboard with the squaring kick, and Rodder sets himself. Couldn't take the mark. Too many men up and not enough down there for the Devils. And Guthrie sees it through for a rush behind. So, giving every indication that this game can go down to the wire, Jake.
Definitely, mate. It's a good game.
So Guthrie keeps the kick low. That's a good kick. That's an experienced kick. Found Minton Connell. So Minton Connell on the last line of defence. There's a high up and under kick. Brennan sets himself. Lahoure from the side gets the spoil on Ross, but they've got numbers at ground level here, Sunbury. The kick from Toman has just got too much weight on it. It's out of bounds on the full, and Brody Ward will take the result free kick. So the younger brother of Mitch, a lefty.
He's got a little bit of tips in his hair as well. He's got the little bit of blonde.
Yeah. What, you got to be left-footed to get tips there?
Must be.
Sends the ball inside 50. Be disappointed with that. The mark's been cut off and marked by one of the smallest men on the ground. I speak of Toman, the Sunbury captain. So he looks to go wide again. Short kick is okay. It's often okay when you've got Guthrie on the end of it. So wax on, wax off. They go back with another 45 kick. Mark's been taken there by Egan. It's a nice kick again there by Hannett. So Egan plays on. Kick's terrific from Guthrie. Found power. Marked him laces out. Kick into the middle of the grounds. Okay. Ball goes back to Hannett, who keeps running. Sidestep around Baker. Got to centre wing. Myers might have got a little hand on that. Goes towards the attacking 50. Darley need to be clean here. Ball at ground level. Spills out towards Toman. Hands in border. Okay to Guthrie. Went. That's good pressure there from the youngster there in Lawler.
Ooh.
And retarded Guthrie. Bewley's kick went meant for Page.
Another trip.
Lucky not to give away a free kick there was Bewley on Bygate. Page held without it. Baker was clean. Look at that. Took a bounce, a rare bounce in fact. Rang to the attacking side of centre wing. Penetrating kick. Rodder on the lead. Comes out, takes a mark on the chest. 51 metres out from goal. He's got Johnson short if he wants. But he's going to go back and have a shot on goal. The Devils have added 3 goals, 5 in this term. Sunbury still yet to hit the scoreboard in this third term. They're 3-6-24. Darley 5-8-38. So 14-point lead to the Devils. Another important kick for the league's leading forward. We'll have a shot for goal number 3. It'll take his best because of the breeze. Kick is right. Will stay right. Journey wasn't a problem. Through for a minor score. So the Devils with weight of possession in their half in this term, have added 3 goals, 6. What a tough day on the goal front. So the ball to come back into play. They go to Minton Connell again. He's the man of choice out of defence. His run and carry's been terrific. He went by hand, searching for Guthrie. A rare error from him before it's seen over the line for a boundary throw-in. 65 metres away from the Darley goal. Tough conditions, no rain. It's all about the breeze. And it goes to the Sunbury end in this third term. Bewley from 60 gets towards the, off towards the right and through for a minor score. It was always right. And just the breeze got hold of it. So another behind for Darley. So they've kicked 3-7 in this term. Sunbury no score. However, their 3-6-24 scoreline at the half was enough to give them the 9-point lead at the half. And so now it's a 16-point lead to the Devils. Lever gets around one. Risky, backs himself, goes with the left foot kick. Goes towards in the Brennan direction. Leg breaks him. Knew it was clean. Then tackled and pinged by the umpire. Or pinged by the Darley player. Free kick. So a high, up and under kick. Rodder can't make up the journey. How will it bounce? Sunbury have got numbers. They apply the tackle there, deep in Darley's attack before the ball spills free over the line for a boundary throw-in. 20 metres around from the Darley goal. So you wouldn't mind $1 for every boundary throw-in today, Jakey?
Mate, we'd be sitting on a fortune.
Boundary throw-in. What can the Devils make of another entry here? Rodder in front. Gook at the back. Myers could have been infringed there. He just collapsed in front of his opponent, wanting a push, but the umpire said, no, I'll have it.
Sun's just disappeared again, Dotty.
Yeah. Ball up. Rodder just tapped it to his feet, hoping Bewley would gather, but his attempt to execute by foot was denied. And there's more congestion and a ball up. So Darley into attack. Tap one by Rodder. Bewley through traffic. Fires the hand pass out. Went through the hands of Baker. Fell into the hands of Sutton. He's searching hand pass. Found Newitt and went over the top looking there towards Brennan. Needed a favourable bounce. Didn't get one. Went to ground. How will the umpire adjudicate? Holding the ball. And that's 2 free kicks for holding the ball for the Devils in the last 5 minutes. And this time, it's the pencil. He goes short and awkwardly, but effectively to Lahoure. Goes towards the attacking 50. Attack on the football was good from Mobilio. They'll get out of trouble here. They want to be quick, though. They're just mucking around with it a bit here, Sunbury. That was their undoing the last time these two sides met. But Miller's up for the task. He got it towards, that would have been Newitt. And he's searching hand pass, just found the boundary line. So the Devils pressure up, denying Sunbury the game on their own terms with their run and carry.
Yeah, that was a bit of a message from DJ half time. Just get the pressure up and keep plugging away.
Boundary throw in, Social Club side of the ground. Cook won the tap, the youngster. Ball at ground level. Chance here for Sunbury. Egan, that was clever. Knocked it to his own advantage and then threw the ball onto the boot. Kick let him down a bit. But it'll take a good effort from Young to gather at ground level. They've got numbers here, so it'll be Ward. He can switch play to Azapati if he likes.
Switch on.
He can go shorter even to his brother Brody, but just ignores him. Now he gives him the handball. Oh, he's just dropped what he should have taken there, Brody Ward. Needs to be clever here, so now Mitch Ward to do the composure. Well, that was just a pretty ordinary passage of play there. Now they're under the pump here as Azapati's bailed up, and the umpire says, I'll have it. And there'll be a ball up on defensive side of centre wing for the Devils.
Really need to just get it on the boot there. They mustn't have had nothing up the ground, but just get it on the boot, get it in, boys.
There's the ball up, especially when you just had so much space.
Yep.
Sutton's got one high from the pencil.
The pence.
The pence. And it'll be Sutton with ball in hand. On centre wing, broadcast side of the ground. So he goes short, kicks okay. Finds Power, who just ran around Ward, who obviously just had to stand there. The kick was fortuitous, who found Newitt, because it came off the instep and just landed in his hands and got it to Toman, who went short into the pocket. And the mark's been taken there by Brennan up against the boundary line. It'll take his best from here, you'd think, with that swirly breeze.
And the sun's back out again, Toddy. Need to get the Ray-Bans on.
So, indeed, but Brendan won't need those in the shade. He's there. Sunbury's leading goal kicker this year with 20. So, keeps the kick low. He's normally not a bad shot on goal. It goes across the face. There's no score. Toman does the sharking. Now he can have a ping himself. But Darley have got numbers on the last line. It'll be Bewley who takes an uncontested overhead mark. So, Brett Bewley just tries to do the pitching wedge towards Cadman. It's okay. He ended up with the ball in hand. So the run and carry from Young. Got it to land in the middle of the ground. Tumbling torpedo punt kick. Got plenty of it. Hit the favourable end. Rodder's a bit frustrated there, the big fella forward.
Big Dennis Rodman. He gets a bit frustrated from time to time, mate. But
and look at all the players just streaming down. I mean, Lance kicks on the best part of 70 metres, given the bounce of the ball. So it'll be a boundary throw-in. Devils in attack. We've been playing about 24 minutes in this third term. Darley with the only scoring of this third quarter. They've added 3 goals, 7. Sunbury haven't been able to add to their 3 goals, 6 half-time score. So boundary throw-in. Neither side could gain any ascendancy from that throw-in. Land twists, turns, back onto the left here. Chance here for the Devils. Rodder got pushed under the footy. Umpire let it go through traffic. Myers gathers the footy, and he's been pinged for not sure what.
It was a high tackle, but he had the ball. I don't get that.
Yeah, well, we'll let that one go.
Yep.
And a let-off here for Sunbury, and they get another opportunity to negotiate their way out of defence, and it'll be Lever, who's done it a few times today. He's got Werner all on his own on broadcast pocket. We'd love it if he'd come out here, but he elects to go.
Jeez.
I don't know how that's going to stay in the field of play, but Myers has taken a mark on the chest. Fair dinkum. The kick at one stage had gone 35 metres, and by the time Myers marked it, it had gone 20.
That's just the ball swinging around in the air. It's just how much it holds up with this wind. It's just ridiculous.
So another shot on goal from Myers. It'll take his best. He kicked a point earlier in the quarter. This one looks like it's going off to the right as well. It is for another minor score. So that's the Devils' 8th behind of the quarter. They've added 3 goals, 8 to Sunbury's no score. So they bring the ball back into play through Minton Connell. That's not a bad kick to Werner. Perfectly weighted. Went to play on. And it's a party forced to stand. So Werner chips the footy to Wood, who marks on the defensive 50 in front of Joel Cadman. Sort of bereft of options. Will elect to go along the line. Kick's got too much on it. Out of bounds on the full. So a let-off for the Devils. Sunbury giving the ball back. So it'll be Cousins raking left foot kick. Well, it just had too much weight on it there for Minton Connell. Rodder grabbed it, was slung to the ground by Scanlon. And the umpire says, I'll have it, and there'll be a ball up 35 metres out from goal. So we've been playing 27 minutes in this third term here. Darley peppering away, but not converting. Rodder with the tap, ball at ground level. Toman the tackler enforces yet another stoppage inside Darley's 50. So they'll probably want to get one more goal to justify their way to possession in their front half in this quarter.
I was going to say they need to capitalise.
Free kick's going to go to Rodder here, just thrown out of that ruck contest by the big fella Eels, and Rodder has another opportunity. A deliberate shot on goal from about 35 metres out. Coach Travis Hodgson wouldn't be happy with that. After all that hard work of hanging in there, I think they kept the Devils goals for 17 or 18 minutes of this term. So Rodder, chance for goal number 3. And that one's gone off to the right as well. So this may come back to bite them, Darley. That's their 9th behind of the quarter. They're 3 goals. They're 5 goals, 12-42, if you don't mind. Sunbury are 3 goals, 6-24. So it's an 18-point ball game in favour of the Devils as Sunbury bring the ball back into play. So Lever goes short and the kick's fine. Couldn't be long left in this third term here. Darley would be searching for another. Bewley takes an overhead mark. So, can't be long left. So, just about back himself from here. I know he's 70 out, but you'd back him on the run almost with an open goal square.
Definitely, yeah. Big kick of the footy, brother. So, see how he goes.
Over the head of Rodder. Now, they've got numbers here, Sunbury, but it's going to be hard forward. Needs to be clean. Nearly gave away a free kick there. They're a bit stiff there, Sunbury. Cadman's tackle's okay. So they try and negotiate their way out of defence through Egan. He was good. They got numbers boundary side here, Sunbury, as they go by hand, but missed the target. It's gone over the line. So not out of trouble yet. So 45 metres around from the Darley goal. Very difficult conditions on this big ground here at Clark Oval. It's just been a windy old day. Classic winter's day here at Sunbury. Darley with 3 goals, 9 in this term. Boundary throw in. They're into attack. Eels won that. Through they go through traffic. How will it sit here for the youngster Egan? Bewley's on his hammer, so too Lahoure. Somehow Bewley ended up with it through traffic. Made it look easy. Lant, ball on boot. High up and under the siren sounds. So, while there was a lot of positive for Darley, there could well be plenty of regret in that third term as they added 3 goals, 9 to move to 5-12-42. They lead Sunbury 3 goals, 6, 24. So we've got an 18-point ball game. Is that enough, Jakey?
I'm hoping so, mate. I think DJ's message this break would just be to defend and try and slingshot back and try your best, I guess.
Well,
with the wind,
it certainly wouldn't win Film of the Year this replay today in very trying conditions. But Sunbury, they look up and about. They think they're in with a real show here. They trail by 18 points at the final change. Rodder, the leading goal scorer on the ground, he has 2. 1 each to Dylan Lant, Brady Wright and Mace Cousins. Whilst for Sunbury, Jake Sutton, Harry Minton-Connell and Jack Newitt are the goal scorers. Hey, fellas, we'll take a break and we'll be back with the third quarter action in about 5 minutes' time.
That quarter was proudly sponsored by Anytime Fitness, 72 Bennett Street, Bacchus Marsh. Mention BFL Game Day on Apple 98.5 FM to receive 50% off your joining fee, plus a free towel and water bottle.
This broadcast of BFL Game Day is proudly sponsored by Western Screens, Blinds and Awnings, 35A Griffith Street, Bacchus Marsh. Phone 53701478.
Mark Shelley, along with his team at Stockdale and Lego Bacchus Marsh, run a successful and results-driven agency who are experienced, customer-focused and knowledgeable, dedicated agents delivering outstanding results for their clients. For expert advice, please call station sponsor on 5367 5700 today. Stockdale and Lego, we are here for you. Proud sponsor of Apple 98.5 FM.
I want you to inspire me, and I want to inspire you this football season with our high quality locally grown meat. Hop online or give us a call on 5368 117 or come in store and we will deliver to you free of charge this football season. Proud sponsors of this station, Ballan Local Butcher.
Is it time to get out and clean the garage, or maybe even spruce up the garden? If a skip bin is what you're after, give station sponsor Jess and Leanne's Waste Solutions a call. If filling up a skip bin isn't your go, Jess and Leanne's can offer you a full service package where they can pick up your waste for you. Contact them on 0418 879 558. Jess and Leanne's Waste Solutions, where waste finds a solution.
Rustel Proprietary Limited, phone 0419 568 635. Stop for quality and service for your side cut. Phone the top man Graham Gillespie at Rustel for prompt and expert service. Proud sponsor Apple 98.5 FM.
Apple 98.5 FM, your community on the radio.
Ready Grub to Albert Street, Darley, phone 53672888. Are you out on the road feeling like something to eat? Reedy Grub is here to satisfy your hunger. We are open from 4 a.m. to 2 p.m. Monday to Friday. Greedy Grub, a proud sponsor of Apple 98.5 FM Community Radio.
Hi, I'm Steve McGee, Member of Parliament for the Melton Electorate. If you have any state government concerns, please contact my office on 9743 9825 or visit us at 3 Alexandra Street, Melton, between the hours of 10 o'clock and 5 p.m. I look forward to working with all members of our community for the betterment of our district. Proud sponsor of Apple 98.5 FM.
Welcome back to Clark Oval, where it's three-quarter time. Sunbury to kick with the breeze in the final quarter. So after leading by 9 points at the half, Sunbury, they were held scoreless in that third term into the breeze, and Darley added 3 goals, 9, in what, in hindsight, was pretty wasteful in the end, Jake, despite weight of possession.
It was a little bit, mate, especially with the wind. I think you got to capitalise with the wind and try and bang on as many goals as you can, and wasted a bit, but we'll just have to see what happens.
Yeah, still anybody's game here. Sunbury, we're up and about and jogging to the three-quarter time huddle. As they obviously know how hard it is working into the breeze.
Yep.
Just what they've got left with it, and what character Darley have to be able to hang on, because just looking at Bacchus Marsh lead at three-quarter time against Melton South. There's a top 6 spot up for grabs here.
Yeah, definitely. So I think the boys have just got to come out, give it their all, mate, and we'll just have to see what happens.
Very hard to find a standout player today that we're going to give the round of golf to, and for 2, including a golf cart. There's probably half a dozen players that have had about 6 out of 10 game for the Devils today, Jakey.
Yeah, I reckon, look, just always good. Bill Myers has played a pretty good game. Put him up forward, but in the back, he was really good in the back line. Dill Landers, we were talking about before, was good, and a couple of players from Sunbury that have been playing pretty well too, so...
Yes, they've had plenty of it, but they've been willing to handball. I think they've handballed better than they have by foot, but in these tough conditions, it has been hard to execute the fundamentals. Hey, we'll go around the grounds and get some scores in other games. Bacchus Marsh lead Melton South by 8 points at three-quarter time. North Ballarat 50 lead Melton 17. So there's a turn-up. Ballarat 61 lead Redan 24. Sebastopol 66 lead East Point 22.
Yeah.
So there's a tale of two stories there at Sebast, with a howling breeze going to one end. Sebast have kicked 10-6 and East Point wasteful 2-10. So just goes to show the importance of accurate goal kicking. It's just an underrated fundamental of the game.
That's North City Melton. That's a bit of a surprise.
Yeah, well, Brendan McCartney has hinted over the last month or so that his players are starting to resemble a little bit more like, their best of 2021, of course, when they went 9-1. Of course, they didn't lose a first quarter last year at all. In fact, it was the Devils, the winless Devils, who got the closest.
Yeah.
Amazingly enough. But so Melton look like having that loss that some may say that is good to have instead of carrying the undefeated tag into the finals.
Definitely, yeah. So it's just they were going all right, Melton.
Final term to get underway here. A third win at stake here for Sunbury. A spot in the 6 for the Devils. We'll see how it unfolds. Darley kick against the breeze. It's probably a 3 or 4 goal win, so still anybody's game. Through the middle of the ground goes Azapati with the first kick of the quarter. That was a good reach there by Lever, but only fell as far as Land, who put the ball onto the boot. It's going to hold up with the breeze. Going back there was Scanlon, who took a well-judged mark, protected the ball drop, and outpointed Rodder on that occasion. He wasted no time with a kick to the social club side. Before it bounces over the line for a boundary throw-in, right in front of the coffee bus, which would have done a roaring trade today.
Not a bad coffee over there, Toddy.
Be asking for a cold one today, because that hot coffee be blowing onto your hands. That's how significant the breeze has been today. Boundary throw-in. Eels in front. Tanner at the back, but they negotiate by hand here. Power's been good for Sunbury. Throws the ball onto the boot. Gets over the head of Mitch Ward. Now, the classic backstop is Leonard, but he couldn't gather. Myers does the sharking. Tackle there was Young. He's tried hard today to Leonard. Good vision. Back to Page. So a couple of the experienced campaigners combining. And the kick finds Cousins, who marks just inside the boundary line. Kicks okay along the line. Just riding every kick into the breeze today. Both supporters of both sides. It's just been really tough. Young gets a bit of it. That's not a bad one into the breeze. Wright sets himself, comes out and takes a nice mark. So the big fella kicked a terrific goal in that third turn. This is an interesting kick. Ross protected the ball drop, couldn't take the mark with the one hand. Cadman tries to take on the would-be tackler.
Good decision.
He's tackled, taken to the ground. And we've seen hotter ones paid, though, today.
Definitely.
So the Devils will cop that one, because I thought Cadman took on the tackler.
Yep.
Here's the ball up, tap one by Tanner, tried to do the second up work, land through traffic, needs to be clean, got it to Bewley, lowered the eyes, went out wide in the direction there of Wright, was it, who giving away a free kick here for over the shoulder. So Sunbury with ball in hand now, with the left boot, have to come back over the mark. Strange that kick that is going to get brought back, just went in the middle of about 20 blokes.
Yeah, straight in the mud pit there, look, almost near the mud pit.
Just missed the dartboard, really, didn't he?
Yep.
So Sunbury, as the breeze starts to blow up again, goes short to Guthrie. He'll go short again, lowers the eyes. The kick's okay to Ross, who goes by hand over towards Wright. He'll want to get onto his left. I speak of the Sunbury variety. High, left foot kick. Van Leith needs to be good here. Favoured by an ordinary kick. Took an uncontested mark on the chest in the end. This kick needs to be good. Gee, that's a risky kick from a young bloke. Took the game on, got it to Cousins, who went further afield, out wide looking there towards Azzopardi. Went back inboard to Myers. The trusty Myers boot goes out wide in the direction of Bewley, sets himself, couldn't take the mark, ball at ground level, hot footy on in earnest. Sunbury seem to have the numbers around the contest, but the Devils end up with the footy through Baker. That's a terrific kick, who found Wright, told to keep going there by Ankrum, but ignored as Wright with a big high up and under kick. Rodder in the front position, couldn't take the mark. That was an excellent ball there from Scanlon. Ball at ground level. Chance here for Bewley. On the left. Can he keep it in play? He can. And Johnson takes a nice overhead mark. But he's given a free kick for over the shoulder in the end.
Here it is, a mini Chock Johnson.
So Johnson just wastes no time. Kicks around the body and misses everything. Out of bounds on the full. Yeah, a pretty ordinary shot on goal there from
just needed
the
to go
Devils
back
forward.
And compose himself there. Little chocolate.
Ball comes back into play to Minton Connell. And he goes short again to Ross. In the dark pocket in defence on their defensive 50. Goes back inboard by hand to Guthrie. So they've had a lot of possessions here today, Sunbury. They go short now. Young got leg break. Favoured Bramble. Got around Ward. Took a bounce. Lux of Fortune. Runs inboard. Needs to sit okay here for Toman. Good body pressure there from Myers over the footy now. Lahure's in a bit of trouble here. How will the umpire see it? He says, I'll have it. Then we ball up 55 metres out from the Sunbury goal. Gee, Young and Ward were odds on to do the mopping up there, and it just bounced favourably to Bramble. They just weren't able to convert. Eels knocks the ball forward as good as a kick. As a party runs onto the footy from the defensive 50. Tumbling, awkward looking kick was marked, equally awkward sense by Van Leith. So high up and under kick only favours Lever, who marks uncontested. Plays on with the hand pass to Minton Connell in the middle of the ground. This is where Sunbury will want the footy. They're silly holding the ball, but the umpire let it go. Combined by hand to Toma to Guthrie. Got it to Mobilio. Hand pass again over the top. How will it sit? It's that okay for Ross, who goes by another hand pass over towards Werner. Runs his full measure. Lowers the eyes. Has a shot on goal. It goes across the face and through for a minor score. Wow, so that's definitely the side of the ground that Sunbury would like to see the ball more off.
They were just a bit wasteful of Sunbury there, weren't they? Just chipping it around and trying to be clean.
So I've been playing about 5 minutes in this final term here at the Clark Oval. So Billy Myers with ball in hand. That's a risky kick, Andy. Asking a bit much there. So there's the tumbling kick out of the full back. It's a poor kick, a rare error from Myers. And the mark's been taken there by Toman. He'll kick from about 50 metres out, 45-degree angle.
That's that launch pad, Toddy, that two boys from the Devils kicked from the third. So
while he's 50 metres out from goal, he's probably got a 50-knot breeze at his back. Will that be enough for the small mid? He sets sail, gets plenty of it. It's all about the journey. Was it touched? It was. It's through for a rush behind, a minor score. So a second behind for Sunbury for the term. They're now 3 goals, 8-26. Darley 5-12-42. 16-point ball game here. Stick with us via the Vision on your Clutch app and Apple 98.5 FM. That's a terrific kick in from Cousins, who got it to Johnson, who got it to the running Ward, who went by hand. Angwin, can he keep it in, the big fella? He finally does. And then concedes by hand to Baker. He got it to Bewley, who was tackled, pinned, who got it to Baker. Then he's tackled, taken to the ground. Good pressure both sides. And there'll be a ball up. Defensive side of centre wing for the Devils, Social Club side of the ground. So the Devils trying to negotiate by hand as Sunbury did into the breeze, and it's not as easy as it looks.
No, it's definitely not toddy.
Ball up. Still anyone's game here at the Clark Oval. Hurried left foot kick might have been land, only as far as Werner, who went inboard by hand. I think they've done well by hand today. Sunbury, there's the kick into the middle of the ground. It'll sit okay for Minton Connell, who's got space and time to chip, measure the kick, cut off there by Young, who's been good today.
Been playing some good footy, Youngie.
So Young goes wide to Azapati, and Bramble. That was just needed to take body or ball there as Minton Connell squares the ball. Sutton's got 3 to beat. He sets himself. Let it might have been pushed. The umpire said no. Ward's tackled, taken to the ground, and the umpire says, I'll have it. There'll be a ball up. 35 metres out from the Sunbury goal. The Lions pressing, chasing a third win of the season in their first win against a team above them. Eels with the tap, only as far as Azapati. Quick hands to Myers, sidestep one, and then threw the ball onto the boot. Rodders pushed up the ground, sets himself, couldn't take the mark. It's all Sunbury at ground level. Minton Connell's one of them. They set sail, he puts it through. Minton Connell keeps Sunbury in it here at the Clark Oval. And they get the first of the final turn, their first of the second half. Minton Connell gets his second of the afternoon. They're 4 goals, 8-32 Sunbury. They trail Darley 5-12-42, a 10-point ball game.
He's been very good, Minton Connell, off half back, mate. Just explodes, couple goals. Been playing well.
Still anybody's game here. Of course, Darley left lamenting that 3-goal, 9 poor conversion in that third term. But will it be enough to stave off a hungry Sunbury looking for a third win of the season, a second home win of 2022? Back in the middle of the ground here. There's the tap, won by Eels, got plenty of it. Coming out, gathering was Young, quick hands, got it to land. He'll have to kick on his non-preferred. Put the ball out in front. Calling mine there was Van Leith. I mean, his Sunbury opponent wasn't going to leave it for him. So laconically he goes forward. The kick's okay. Bewley made a rare error, just didn't judge the flight of the footy. Hannett's hand pass went over the top to Lever. Cadman was good through traffic, tackled, slung to the ground, and there'll be a ball up. Attacking side of centre wing. Did well there, Cadman.
Very well. Just got the hand to the ball and was able to stop up the play.
Thought his head hit the ground hard there in that tackle
dangerous, dangerous, wasn't it? Protect the head, umpire.
Ball up, tap one by Eels to Toman. Tackle taken to the ground by, he paid the push. And that's against Van Leith, and it'll go to Toman. So he'll go short to Mobilio, and he'll mark uncontested on the chest, near enough right in front of us here. Defensive side, centre wing, broadcast side for Sunbury. Told to play on by the umpire. High up and under kick along the line. Leonard sets himself, good use of the body.
Very good use of the body there from the horse.
Been effective today, Leonard.
Yeah, very effective, mate.
Made the most of limited opportunities. He's been very safe.
The veteran.
In that defensive role today. So he goes along the line. He's got 2 to beat here. Tanner did well to get hand on that. Through traffic he goes. He knocks the ball forward. I won't call it a handball. Here's a second opportunity. Throws ball onto the boot. Sunbury got numbers here through Lever. Goes inboard by hand to Power. He's under pressure. Went by hand to Toman. Tackled there by Wright was terrific. Guthrie by hand. And they'll get out of trouble through Wood, who finds Mobilio. So on the defensive side of centre wing for Sunbury, another high up and under kick from Mobilio. Myers sets himself, couldn't take the mark, goes to ground, ball at ground level. He tries to knock it out, but the umpire says holding the ball.
Wow. Where's the cry there?
He plays on, gave it over to Mobilio. He kept running, he set sail for the judge, and it goes off to the left for a minor score. So
really looks like he's hurt himself there. Hopefully he's...
Yeah, well...
That's not good to see.
Might be cramping.
Yeah. Oh, that's all right then, if he is.
So a minor score there for Sunbury. They're third behind of the term. They'll be flat out matching Darley's return of 9 points in that third quarter. But goals at a premium. Margin now 9 points. That's a very good kick.
He's silk, absolute silk, Cousins.
Oh, how about this for a kick? He's put Myers under the pump. Toman in from the side. Chance here for Page. Second effort was okay. He's tackled and dragged over the boundary line. And there'll be a throw in on half forward. Myers still struggling with cramp.
Needs to get the pickle juice into him, I think, Toddy.
Bit of Danny Duggan's cordial, you reckon?
Yeah, hopefully it's just cramping, mate. And he looks like he's staying on, so that's a good thing.
Boundary throw in. Cook in front, Tanner at the back. Neither could gain the ascendancy. Power goes barging through. He's tackled. Mobilio just hacks the ball out of the congestion. Sutton the target. Read it well. How will it go at the back? It's nearly bounced through for a goal. It's been touched. Wow, Lux of Fortune. 1 goal 4 for the term now, Sunbury. So they're 4 goals, 10-34. Darley 5-12-42. 8-point ball game. Breeze not abating here. Well, Breeze is an understatement as Cousins goes to the social club side of the ground. Young the fly went the spoil, knocked it away from Minton Connell, who's at ground level here. Foot race on in earnest. How will it sit over the ball? Baker. Might have been Bewley, in fact. Was. Hot footy. Umpire says, I'll have it, and there'll be a ball up.
Definitely getting stuck over that side, isn't it?
We'll just check how long's been gone in the term. Young digger. So there'll be a boundary throw in. Through traffic go the Devils by hand. Young might have caught one over the shoulder, but the umpire let it go. Hurried onto the boot. The kick there was from Lant. Got it towards half-back, but the kick's been cut off and marked there by Scanlon. He's been okay. Plays on. Onto the left boot. Sunbury go forward. Myers at the back. Brennan in front. Ball was good there from Cousins to negate. Looking dangerous here, Sunbury. Egan tackled. Taken to the ground. Managed to get his hand on the footy. Propping in front there was Toman trying to get the free kick, but the umpire said no, and there'll be a ball up 35 metres around from the Sunbury goal.
About 13 minutes gone there, Toddy.
13 minutes gone in this final term here at Darley Park. Sunbury lead by Darley lead by 8 points.
Hey,
so there'll be a boundary throw in, 25 metres around from the Sunbury goal. Still anyone's game here. Collingwood defeated Adelaide by 5 points. Another close one for the Pies. We'll take that.
Take that.
And march on. Still anyone's game here at Clark Oval. There's the throw in. Tanner trying to gather the ball. Baker through traffic. Inhibited there by Toman. Good desperation from the inside mid. Before the umpire says, I'll have it, there'll be a ball up 50 metres away from the Sunbury goal. So 14 minutes gone in this final term. Sunbury pressing. They're into attack. How will it sit for Lant? Needs to be clever here at ground level. Knocked it to the advantage of Page, who threw it on the boot. Went looking towards Bewley. Kept it in, did he? No, he didn't. And Sunbury were hoping that that'd roll out of bounds. They wanted to deliver it. But
they called it straight away, didn't they?
Yeah.
And they love it.
This Page not quite getting enough purchase on the kick. Boundary throw in. 40 metres away from the Sunbury goal. Tanner at the back. Cook in front. Hot footy, ball at ground level. Through traffic goes Guthrie, tackled. Good pressure there from Ward, but they've still got numbers here. Sunbury through Scanlon, who got it over to Hannett, lowered the eyes. Sutton, told to play on by the umpire. Gave the hand pass away to Cousins, who got it to Bewley, who got it to Lant, who's been arguably Darley's best. Who has a party back to Lant. High up and under kicks, going to make it hard here. Cadman goes the spoil, got it up on it. Look at that run from Land. He kept going. Tumbling kick. Made it hard for Rodder to keep it in. Sunbury got numbers. Great tackle. Umpire called play on. And umpire told to, said to let it go. And Cadman's hurry kick towards half forward. Finds its way over the line for a boundary throw in on half forward for the Devils. And a rare moment inside their forward half in this final term.
Just shows you, mate, that wind. It's the only time it's really been up in the Devils half, so it's just that wind again. It's just hanging around all day, it has been.
So Darley yet to score against the Breeze in this final term. We've been playing 16 minutes. Sunbury with the only goal. They've kicked 1 goal 4. There's the throw in. Tap one by Gook, who's at ground level here. Sunbury through Guthrie, been good. The hands got it over towards Toman. It might have been. He got it towards half forward. Off hands over the line for a boundary throw in.
Big horse Leonard just got the fist of the ball, mate, and got it out of bounds. That's what we need.
Yeah, so as far as efficiency goes, Leonard's been very,
good, mate.
very
He's been
serviceable
good.
in
The veteran.
in the back half and in a real testing day for defenders. Scanlon's done really well for Sunbury.
Yep.
Lever's had his usual fair share of the footy.
Yep, just floating.
There's the throw-in, tap one by Gook. It goes over the back. Chance here for Sunbury by hand. Miller through traffic, gets around one. Bereft of options, just sits the ball up into the pocket. Sutton the target, Leonard the spoil.
Again, big
Off
horn.
hands over the line. Good courage, Darren Leonard.
Boys getting over to him. That's it's great to see.
Yeah, good to see the Devils back six encouraging one another under the pump. They trail by 8 points, Sunbury, and they're in attack at the moment in this final term. We've been playing 17 minutes. So a 3 or 4 goal breeze in this final term. Sunbury have added 1 goal, 4 Darley, no score. 8 point ball game. Boundary throw-in. Gook in the front, Tanner at the back. Tap favours Tanner, who got it to land, high up and under kick to half forward. Spoil was good there from Angwin. Gave the hand pass over to land. Foot race on in earnest here. They're not short on leg speed at all, Sunbury, but neither's Rodder. As Wright leads into the race for the ball. Excellent tackle. Well done, big fella Rodder.
That's the
squares away the stoppage, and it'll be a ball up on half forward for Darley.
That's the fastest I've seen Dennis Rodman run all year, mate. He was quick as.
Well, they got some. The Sunbury boys have got some toe. There's the ball up. Ball at ground level here. Cadman just shimmies the ball out. Lahure asked to go by hand to Azapati over the top to Baker. Got another terrible bounce. Could have been held without it. The umpire let it go. Land's kick was smothered. Umpire's picked out a free kick. It's going to go the way of Baker, I think. So he's tried hard today. When I watched that kick into the middle, Mobilio just tempting Baker to take that kick on.
Just lurking there, isn't he?
And the kick short's okay. The mark's been taken there by Lant. So they're looking to, well, they've got 18 minutes gone. I mean, it's a long time to be dragging the clock. Kick goes forward. Angwin sets himself. Couldn't take the mark. Ball at ground level. Werner gathers. Gets plenty of the kick. So much, in fact, that it's nearly hit the social club on the full. Out of bounds. So another let off. Rebound for the Devils. And it'll be Lant again, that man. Who's
he's racking them up, isn't he?
Yeah, he's
had a few.
He's had plenty. So the left foot kick goes along the line. Rodder in front. Couldn't take the mark. Offhand. Second effort okay. Just ran out of space. Over the line. Boundary throwing. Right in front of the Sunbury coach's box. So for Devils fans, the ball's in the right half of the ground. It's about 70 metres away, but still the same amount of kicks to their goals it is Sunbury's at the moment, given the weight of the breeze. There's the throw-in. Tap one by Gook, only as far as right. Threw the ball onto the left boot. Tumbling, kick. Bounces send on in over the line for a boundary throw-in. So Darley deep into attack here. Sun streaming down onto those cars that are just giving us some unnecessary reflection.
I reckon the Sunbury boys have even got the fire on down there behind the goals.
20 minutes into the final quarter. At Melton Rec Reserve, Bacchus Marsh lead by 20 points. There's the throw-in. Rodder in front. Won his own ball. Going through there was Land. Couldn't gather cleanly. Bit of a stacks on the mill there. Whistle imminent. There'll be a ball up. So it's about 25 to 30 metres away from the Darley goal. We've been playing 20 minutes in this final term. Ball up. Tap one by Rodder. Sunbury's kick is smothered. That was well done by Lant to smother the kick on Hannett. His follow-up work was terrific. He got back onto the left boot, did Lant. Tumbling kick forward. Rodder sets himself. Couldn't take the mark. Ball at ground level. Umpire's picked out a free kick, and it's going to go Sunbury's way. And he'll go to Lever. He'll run onto that left boot. Weighs up the options. He's nearly gone here. Forced to throw the ball onto the boot. It's got too much carry for Van Leith. They all got a bad bounce. Minton Collar was up to it through traffic. Got away from Ward. Ran around Cadman. Ran towards halfback. Hand pass towards Power, who went back through traffic. Concedes by hand to Guthrie. On halfback. Can lower the kick into the middle of the ground. Ross is out. It'll be Hannett. He's got some leg speed, this fellow. Needs to get around as a party. Can't. The tackle's terrific. Holding the ball.
Beautiful tackle. Well tackled.
Well done, as a party. I tell you what, he's got some wheels, Hannett. If he had got away from as a party, that would have been it. So the kick's okay. Nearly hit the umpire in the back of the head. But Angwin's taken an uncontested test mark. Well, contested really if you include the umpire in that contest. So Angwin
Wants to get him going there.
He wants to get on, makes some good contact with the left boot. There's a tumbling kick. It's more like goes in direction there towards Young, who knocks the ball another 7 or 8 metres in Darley's direction. About 65 metres around from their goal. So shadows prevailing, the sun, a bit of gleaming sunshine reflecting off the cars all in Sunbury.
Sight, Toddy, isn't it? Beautiful sight, the sun setting and the fire in the background.
Yeah, just not if you're calling a game of footy. Tough.
Right, yeah.
Purely over the ball, through traffic. They go here, through Miller. He's pushed in the back. Umpire calls. He paid the advantage towards Egan. He got plenty on that torpedo. How will it sit for Sutton? He got okay. Now Page needs to be desperate. Did well. Ball at ground level. Oh, last line of defence. Myers sets himself towards Ward. It was terrific on that last line to outpoint Bramble. Not out of trouble yet, the Devils. So Ward, nervous kick across the face of goal, backed himself and found as a party. Oh, there's a searching hand pass to Cousins. Poor one at that. They need to be cleaner here. Sutton was tackled, taken to the ground. The umpire says, I'll have it. There'll be a ball up.
Shane Page there, mate. How's the desperation?
Yeah, terrific on the last line there, the Devils, but they nearly undid their own good work. That hand pass from as a party.
Willing, wasn't it?
Ball up, tap one by Wright, only as far as Newitt. Ball at ground level. Just stolen out of the contest. Chance here for Power. Had the ball knocked away from him. Now Bewley, quick hands. Got it to Baker. Just threw it onto the boot. England got an okay bounce, but then fumbled it. Chance here for Lever, who gets onto the left boot from 60. That's a thumping kick. Kicked at 70. Through for a minor score. So we've been playing 23 minutes in this final term. Sunbury have added 1 goal, 5 in this quarter. Darley lead by 7 points. So it'll be Cousins. The youngster on the left boot goes to the direction of Rodder, but reading it well at the back was Sunbury through Power, who combines by a hand to Lever again. This one's another big high up and under. Has it got the carry? It hasn't. Marked on the goal line there by Myers.
A big kick Lever, isn't he?
Oh,
gets his hoof into it.
You're not wrong. So this is a tough kick for Myers into the sun and the breeze, if you don't mind, off the last line of defence. So he gets plenty of it beyond the defensive 50. Players set themselves. No one can take the mark. Running forward of the footy. There might have been, was it Lahure it was, who hand passed the ball only as far as Wright, who went inboard to Scanlon. They combine by hand again here. Now ball ends up in the hands of Lever. Kick into the middle of the ground. It's been chopped off by Brodie Ward. Good spoil there by the youngster. Bewley's hands were good. Got it to land. It kept running. Onto the left boot. Kicks to an open forward line. Foot race on in earnest. It'll be Wood who'll lead into the race for the ball. How will it sit for him? Okay, he's got time to measure the kick to Minton Connell. He could go further afield to Bramble if he wants. But Hayden Ross has taken an uncontested mark in the end. Plays on. Sunbury got numbers here. You need to be strong here, Lawler. He couldn't impact the contest as Power went over the top by hand. Got the ball over towards Newitt. He knocked it further afield to Bilio. They want to be good here from 50. Winds onto the right boot. Set sail for the judge as he snuck it in. Oh, he's hit the post. My goodness. 1 goal, 6 for the term, Sunbury. They're 4-12. 36, Darley are 5-12, 42. So there's a goal in it. And we've been playing 25 minutes in this final term with just the 1 goal kicked for the game. For the quarter, sorry. So it'll be Cousins again. There's been plenty asked of Cousins in that left boot today. Gets plenty of it. Lance sets himself. Couldn't take the mark. Ball comes back in the Sunbury direction to the top of the goal square. Players set themselves. Sunbury got numbers here. Umpire's picked out a free kick. It might be Cousins going to save the day. The youngster just plays above his age. Terrific young player. So he'll weigh up the options. Another tumbling ordinary kick. Been cut off here by Sunbury. They're out here. They combine by hand. Has the finish. Umpire lets it go. They wanted to push there, Sunbury. Told to play on. Well, the umpire adjudicate. He says, I'll have it. There'll be a ball up 47 metres out from the Sunbury goal. Time counting down here. 26 minutes gone. Final term. Ball up. Nail biter. Ball at ground level. Sutton through traffic. Gets dispossessed. Darley still persevering by hand. Can they get their way out of trouble? Ball falls into the hands of Bewley, who takes a laconic bounce. Quick hands to Lant, who got it further afield to Rodder. There's nothing forward for the Devils, so they go the territory kick. Foot race on in earnest here. 3 on 2. It sits okay for Minton Connell. Last roll of the dice for Sunbury. On to Lever. On the defensive 50. Switch kick into the middle of the ground. Ward needs to be good. Spoil was terrific. How will the bounce? Over the top. Lahore did well. How will it? Oh, he nearly copped a high one. Umpire let it go. Ward through traffic. Managed. Oh, he's going to get a free kick for over the shoulder.
Lucky,
so
very lucky
good play by Ward in the end. He was terrific with that spoil with Hayden Ross. Won a leading goal kicking award in the Riddle League, Ross, and noted for his overhead marking ability for a medium-sized player. 50 metres. Must be descent.
I think down here we've got Shane Page clapping at the Whitehead fella there.
Oh, Snowy Sutton?
Snowy Sutton, yeah, something's happened there, I think, mate.
So Mitch Ward will take full advantage of that 35-metre penalty and have a shot on goal from about 35. Oh, it's a long ground here. Fair dinkum. It's a wonder they don't send the players out with mobile phones just to let everybody know where you are.
You can see the skipper in Brett Bewley just having a word to Wardy there and just saying, slow it right up.
Well, he needs to score. That's what he needs to do.
Definitely.
Needs to score. We've been playing 27 minutes. So Ward needs any score will do. So the Sunbury faithful behind the goals. Letting Ward know about it. He sets sail, gets plenty of it. Is he going to get the journey? It gets knocked away. Excellent defence there by Sunbury. How will it sit? And away they go through Minton Connell. He's tackled. Ball spills free. Hurried kick. Cut off there by Bewley. So Bewley with ball in hand down. They invite Bewley to play on because they don't want him to use up the clock, but that's what he's going to do. This will take a monster effort from Bewley. It won't get the distance. Players set themselves. It could be a mark to Rodder. Couldn't take it. Chance here through traffic. Through the youngster.
Wardy.
Oh, something out of nothing from Mitch Ward. Mitch Ward.
There it is.
Has arguably kicked the Devils match winner of the afternoon.
Geez, you're for the front and centre. What a goal. And
he's had a very important role to play today, Mitch. None more so than that goal there. Darley, 6-12-48. Leads Sunbury, 4-12-36. A 12-point lead to the Devils. Take a breath, Jackie.
Mate, Mitch Ward is just what a season he's having. He's stepped right up this year and he's playing some really good footy. I think it might be them tips, mate. So I might have to go easy on him with the tips, him and Cuzzo. But, yeah, what a goal, what a finish.
29 minutes gone, final term. Darley lead by 12 points. Well, it's been a pretty entertaining arm wrestle of sorts here this afternoon. Tap won by Neil, ball at ground level. Bit of umpiring going on there from the Sunbury ruckman.
Definitely.
But no, son, you can't pay the free kicks. So Eels and Tanner will contest this ruck duel in the middle of the ground. Eels threatened to go by foot, chose not to in the end. Ball spills free. Umpires picked out a free kick here. It's going to go to Eels. So Eels waste no time. Throws the ball onto the right boot. Leonard at the back goes to Spall. Got enough on it. Sutton, clever. Tackled, taken to the ground. Umpire says, I'll have it, and there'll be a ball up. 25 metres out from the Sunbury goal. We've been playing 30 minutes in this final term. Ball up. Ward's tackled, taken to the ground. And there'll be a repeat stoppage. 20 metres out from the Sunbury goal. Couldn't be long left, 30 minutes gone. Darley lead by 12 points here. Ball at ground level. Gets ushered out. Chance here for Rodder by foot. Knocks it to the advantage of Land, who knocks it further afield to Young. He was slung as he got rid of the football and he'll get a free kick. So Bailey Young. So I'd nearly have him in the best two today, Jake.
He's been good. Him, Mitchie Ward, Bill Myers. They've all played pivotal roles today.
Yeah, just weighted possession for Lance, I think.
Oh, on Lant, yeah, Dill Lant. What a game he's played as well.
That's a terrific kick into the breeze there from Bailey Young. Got every bit of 45 metres.
And
just goes to show plenty of strength through the core and the legs.
Yeah, well, he's down at North Melbourne VFL.
Footscray
VFL. So, yeah, he's having another good year.
Dying minutes, final term. Darley lead by 12 points. Boundary throw in. Tap one by Eels. Knocks it over the shoulder into the passage of Power, who manages to go by hand. They go forward towards Sutton.
Darren
Two to
Leonard
beat.
again.
There's the spoil on Leonard. You can
Big
add him
off.
into the best players. Brody Ward through traffic. Found Cousins. As the siren sounds to end the game here. It'll go down as Sunbury's 7th defeat under 20 points for the season, but more importantly for the Devils, a 7th win of their season, and they hang into the top 6.
Yeah, it's a good win by the boys. They just round away, mate, and good to get the 4 points. Sunbury played well as well. We've got to give it to them. The credit to Sunbury, they played well, but yeah, good for the Devils to get the win, the W.
Yeah, Sunbury weren't without opportunity in that final term. They added 1 goal, 6 in that final quarter as they peppered the goals but couldn't convert.
Yep.
And Darley, with very few opportunities, were able to make the most of theirs with that, match-winning goal, really, the sealer,
yes,
to use an old footy adage from Mitch Ward, to cop off a good game of footy. Well, it was Sunbury's to really lose at half-time. They led by 9 at the half after being within 5 at quarter time. Of course, Darley kicked with the breeze, and Sunbury added 2 goals, 4 in that second term to Darley's 2 points to lead by 9. And then the Devils led by 16 at three-quarter time. And Sunbury, inaccuracy in that final term, weren't able to close out the game. So Sunbury 4-12, 36 have been defeated.